No, but that's why I had to stop hate watching like years ago, because I would I would like hate watch people, but I would like retalk their like rhetoric. Yes. So it kind of sucks that that's like happening.
Yeah.
What do we do about it? Call the Congress? I want to do something, but like what can you do?
Have a fourth kid.
Her name is Trish, she's got the dish and all the gossip's filthy rich, pretty and pink, hot topic queen, and says what everybody thinks. She's Just Trish.
My arm don't jiggle, jiggle. It goes. That's what I was thinking when I looked at this.
It must be jelly because jam don't shake.
Ooh, I love that.
That's a RuPaul song.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay, love.
Peanut butter.
It's called peanut butter, but it's called It Must Be Jelly if my jam don't shake.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. I gotta listen to it. Stream peanut butter everywhere. Hi guys, welcome back to Just Trish podcast. We're so excited to be here. It is our last weekend in May. May has been a great month for us, and our co-host of the day, filling in for Oscar, who is just busy at the AMAs, is our very own Just Trish editor / really fourth co-host at this point, Jimmy.
Hello, everybody.
Yay! Oh, you got a round
Thank
of
you for
applause.
having me. I'll add more.
Yeah. Just have it be so loud.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you really have won the hearts of everyone here at Just Trish. Every audience member, every comment, and I sent them to you too. I'm always just like, everything is about your editing, and I don't watch them back, so then I have to go watch for the edits. And I'm like, wow, it is so good. And they always go viral on TikTok. The editing makes the whole show. So if you're an audio listener, we love you, but also come watch the podcast after.
In the most recent episode, I did a little Hope Core Trisha monologue that I had been waiting to do one of those for a while. I was like, it's got to be like the right subject matter, the right amount of talking. I need like I got to get the files a little earlier so I have like a full hour and a half to make it. Like it all just worked out like perfectly last week. So I did it. And I saw a bunch of comments being like, I'm an audio listener, but when I heard the classical music start playing, I knew Jimmy was doing some bullshit.
They knew in the audio.
Yeah, they were like, I gotta put it on the TV. And
yes, I always love when you send me a clip too, because I'm always like, okay, and I love posting. I post it right away. I love it so much, and then people get so excited. And then of course, I always have to tag you because people know I don't edit, so they know it's not me. I'm like, Jimmy, and they think
so many people are like, I thought this was a fan account.
yeah, all the time when I post
Which
my
I treat the podcast like that. I'm like, you know what? Whatever I can do to make it even funnier.
Those get the most views on TikTok. I always see fan edits, and they get like more views than I get. I was like, we need to start doing fan edits for sure for ourselves. So you crush it always with
thank
it.
you.
Yes,
thank you very much.
It's gonna be hard to edit yourself today.
A little bit, I think. I was nervous about it with my boyfriend. I was talking to him about it, and I was just like, oh, you know, like, what if I say something stupid? He's like, you edit it. Like, you can take it out. Like, you can literally make the whole podcast about you if you really wanted to.
True.
I was just like,
are you gonna do a whole new edit? I think you should.
I only have this camera the whole time, so I'm not used to the microphone.
That's actually so tea. You could do that. You could also do that. Put it on yours. Just put the Jimmy edit. Just be like, this is what it would look like.
The Jimmy cut.
Yes.
This is my reactions to everything.
Yeah, because there is multiple cameras. I never think about that. Like, you're shifting through camera angles. How do you choose? How do you know?
Oh my God. It sounds insane when I say it, but like, so I have like the timeline with the audio, and I like layer the video on top of it. So I'm watching the waveform of like Moses' mic, your mic, Oscar's mic, and I like look for it to spike for when someone's about to start talking. And then I have your 4 cameras tied to the 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons on my computer. And then I'm also looking at them. So kind of looking at 2 things at once. And then I'll see Oscar like about to respond to something you're saying. So I switch to Oscar's camera. And then I see like, oh, in a minute, Trisha's about to reply. So I switch back to you. And then sometimes I'll like just watch like if Oscar's talking for a while, just to keep it moving the camera. I'll like look and see like, oh, if you nod your head, and I switch to that. And I lock in, and then when you guys are talking about like Mr. Beast and you call him Jimmy, I like get woken up from a trance. So like I'm a
Jimmy
freaking sleeper agent, and I'm like, oh, it's not me. And,
oh my God, that's I didn't even think about that. So yeah, because there'll be times when like Moses is talking and I'm just like dozing off or whatever, and you cut to that. I'm like, how does he know? Because I'm not even saying anything. My sound waves are blank.
I see it. It's like you're in math class and you're not paying attention, but you're just like, I love that you like you repeat the question to like try to show
Is that you listening? It's always whatever the last thing you said. Be like, really? The water really does that? That's crazy.
I love that, like, I'll get to hear a little comment, because, like, I'm looking at the setup now. There's 4 giant lights completely blocking Moses' face. It's like you're looking into, like, the headlights of a car.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
you don't see anything. Your eyes adjust. So, like, it makes sense that sometimes someone's little commentary might get lost in the shuffle.
Well, always, because can you see him from where you're at?
I can, but, like, only out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, and that's what mine too. Like, if I look, and it literally is so bright. Yeah, there's 4 lights. Is it 4 or 5? There's like one
There's
up there.
more.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot.
There's
There's
5.
some up here.
And it does, even looking like Oscar, it's not as bad because there's not as many
Yeah.
lights this way, but like looking this way, it's still like by the end of the show, I feel like I'm hallucinating a little bit because the lights are so bright, which I love because like watch me out. But Moses, I can barely see. And then when he starts talking about stuff, because again, podcast Moses is very different than our normal day-to-day life Moses. He doesn't tell me all these things. So when he starts talking, sometimes I'm like, what? Like, what? And people love it. There's a sense of humor for everybody.
I like when I catch a little Moses joke, and I'm like, I got it.
Yeah, you'll say that too.
I thought it was funny. I'm the droplet in the room.
Oh, are you? Wow. Okay. Well, I'm a droplet too, but
Yeah, of
you
course.
know, for other reasons. I
I
don't
like
know.
when you guys have the husband-wife little conversation.
Oh my
sometimes.
gosh.
Forget what it was about recently, but you were talking about.
There's one about the gossiping. And
Yeah.
Oh.
Should
yeah.
you gossip with your partner?
I was like, who doesn't do that? And it's not even like gossip. It's like,
Yes.
like we go to Hours of Trish, and we're just talking about like, oh, it was amazing. Oh, and then when this person showed up, I was just like, oh my god, I didn't think they would be here. And it's like, it's just like
a debrief, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. It's not gossip. It's
But I also
catching
feel like
up.
if you are like, I don't consider myself a shocker anymore, but it's like if there's one person I'm going to like event to, it's
Exactly.
gonna be Moses.
Yeah.
And I think it's like normal. That's why that was so annoying when that couple was just like when the husband to the wife was like, I hate that you turn everything to negative. She's like, I was just saying like. Okay, it's kind of annoying that your family just always like berate. It's like so, yeah. Which, by the way, Oscar was not in the room. We have to reiterate that one too. Like, I love that you added him leaving and coming back.
Oscar kind of pissed me off that day, so
Wait,
I
you're
cut
like,
him out.
We're not going to show him leave or come for.
He got the LABUBU I wanted, so I cut him out completely.
Well, we have a LABUBU hot topic we should get into. But before we get into that, Eras of Trish tour continues this weekend. I'm coming to Missouri. I'm coming to 2 cities in Missouri, Kansas City, St. Louis, Missouri, and Nashville, Tennessee at the Ryman, which we're going to have exclusive Ryman t-shirts, which I'm really excited. So if you've been to all the special stops, the Ryman will have a special costume, special song, and a special t-shirt. And then we're having special t-shirts for our last weekend of the tour, which is our first weekend in June, which is the first Pride weekend. We have fans and rainbow shirts available. So if you're collecting them all, come to all the tour stops. And yeah, we will see you there. Also, patreon.com/JustTrish, where we'll do extended podcast episodes and bonus videos, plus our headshot of the month and our stickers. So anything you want to promote before we get in here, Jimmy? Your Twitch.
Oh yeah, I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/JimmyWetzel. I will put it on the screen.
You do it
so can
beautiful
see.
every
Thank
time.
you. A little pop in.
Yes.
Yeah, I stream multiple times a week. Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out June 5th. I do have a pre-order, and I will be streaming plenty of games. Play Mario Kart with me.
What is that? What should I get one? How do you get a Switch?
Pray and
Oh, really?
refresh Best Buy's website like 50 times.
Could I get one now? Like if I went on now to order?
Probably not, but I imagine there's going to be somebody selling it day of. Because you had to get a pre-order, and that was like crazy.
So it's
Like,
gonna ship to you on June.
I pick it up day of at Best Buy. My
God.
boyfriend got one, and his is getting shipped to him. But I was like,
Oh.
I've had mail stolen. I'm not dealing with that.
Yes.
So I will just go pick it up. That way I can make sure I have it day of.
So you
But-
both are gamers.
Yes.
Both you and Dallas.
Yes, we are.
Both Tauruses.
Yes.
Both
Yes, 7
gamers?
days apart. Wow. Yeah, our dog is 6 days.
Exactly 7 days apart?
Yeah, May
Years?
7th. Oh, no. He's 2 years older than me.
Oh,
He
okay,
just
I was
turned
like,
30, actually.
How old are you? 27?
28.
Oh my god, you're so
Yeah.
young.
I know.
Oh my god. Are you friends with Joey Graceffa?
I'm not, but...
He's a Taurus gamer too. I was like, wait.
I know
okay.
of him. I know of Joey. Yeah, but we saw Daniel at Hours of Trish, and
Oh,
they just
you know
said-
him?
No, but Dallas does.
Oh, so he
I was
said
just
hi.
like, hi, I'm here. I edited your episode. but-
Did he know?
No, I don't think so.
But he knew Dallas.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So Dallas
Yeah.
is the one. Cause like, seems okay. Got it.
yeah.
Well, everyone knows you now.
I didn't really know many gay people that did YouTube for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you meet like Ricky Dillon?
Through Dallas, actually. Ricky
So
and Dallas have been
he-
friends for a long, long time, yeah.
Love Ricky Dillon. Have you seen him lately?
Not lately, but recently enough, like within the last couple months. He came to our Halloween party. I think that was the last time we saw each other.
Is he still the same?
I mean, I didn't know him before, so
Right, but like online, like do you see him online and be like, that's the same Ricky?
Yeah, probably. He just started doing videos again, actually.
Oh, I loved him.
Yeah.
He was an editor for a while too. I remember
Yeah.
he used to edit.
Yeah,
Now he's all big and buff. He got so big.
Yeah,
Good for him.
he's great. He's a really
Always
nice
loved
guy.
Ricky.
Love his dog, Oliver.
Cute.
Yeah.
I remember he came out as asexual, and I thought that was so cool because not enough asexual representation out there.
Yeah,
I don't know what he still
because
is,
that's a
but I love it.
spectrum too. Like some people just have lower sex drives, and
Yes, and I
Yeah.
think it's like such a real thing. I talk about all the time with my glam team. I'm like, obviously it's a real thing, but I was just like, even for me, sometimes I'm always like, even when I was like, younger, I used to obviously like that was my job, was like having sex with people. But I literally, not like literally as an escort. That sounds crazy, but you know
You
what I
clock
mean.
in.
Yeah, let me reframe that.
Corporate America.
That was my job title. But even back then, like I always think like, oh my god, I was like so like loved it as horny. But actually, I don't think I did. When I like reflect on it, like in therapy, I was like, I think I was kind of asexual, where I kind of like didn't care, which is why it was so easy for me to just hook up with
Yeah.
like random people because I was kind of like, I don't really enjoy it. You know, back then I was just kind of like, It wasn't until I met someone like I was like in love with it. I was like, okay, I like it. But I don't think I ever did before. I was kind of like, but I think I portrayed myself as hypersexual because that was like the character, right? It's like,
Yeah.
ooh, I love sex. I love this. But in reality, I was like, ugh, I don't know if I really care
I
about
get
it.
that completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
So I like when people talk about it. I was like, is there an A in the LGBTQ? No.
Yeah, LGBTQIA plus.
Oh.
I believe there's also 2S for Two Spirit.
What's Two Spirit?
Gosh,
Native.
it's
Like
native.
basically
It's
Native American.
it's like indigenous.
Oh.
Very similar to trans, non-binary, I believe.
Okay.
I've only learned about it through Canada's Drag Race, really.
Oh, really? Is there
so-
someone that represents it?
Yeah, been a few.
Oh.
I don't know, like, for sure. I don't want to say, like, specific
Yeah,
names because
yeah.
I don't know for sure, but
They talk about it.
yeah, they try to have at least, like, one or two
Oh, I love.
Two-Spirit queens or just trans, non-binary queens each season in Canada.
Love that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like learning every day. And I think it's important when people talk about it because there's so many things I always talk about. It's like when you're like young, you kind of like don't know. You're like, well, I don't really fall in this category, this category. So it's always good sometimes just to like feel like other people identify the way you do. Or
Yeah.
just feel the same way you do.
I love the word queer. I just use it all the time. The
Yes.
queers, the gays. I
yeah.
love that.
All encompassing.
Yeah.
I love it too. We love it. Queer Pride coming up.
Woo!
Woo! Are you going to any of the prides?
Yeah, I'll be at WeHo Pride. I don't know which day. It's like 3 days. They have like a festival, like a music festival, similar to
Oh.
what you're doing.
This weekend it's Out Loud, right?
Yeah.
It starts off this weekend. Maybe on the actual Pride, there's probably stuff too.
Yeah.
But I know there's Out Loud this weekend, and then then there's the We Hope Pride the following weekend, which is like more like parade and like
yeah, I'll
fair.
probably just be at the parade. I do like
Parades
the
are
parade.
fun. I know. I would have loved to have been like on a float at the parade or something. That'd be so
Next
fun.
year.
Next year,
Trish
Just
float.
Trish float.
I'll be the
on
Trish
it.
crew. I'll wear little booty shorts. I'll be dancing. I'll do it.
I will. Gag. We need to get LABUBU custom for it. That would.
LABUBU will be over.
You think?
Well, I don't know. It's not
No.
going to go away forever. Like, there will be, like, me. I will be clinging on to it forever.
You
But
think?
I think it'll peak this summer, and then it'll be back to, like, okay, that was fun. And then 20 years from now, you'll be seeing nostalgia 2025 TikToks from Gen, whatever comes after, Beta. And they'll be like, oh, my God.
10 beta.
2025 nostalgia starter pack, and it's, like, LABUBU
That's
and
gonna be so crazy.
Benson Boone.
Always a Benson Boone throw. I think
He's
he's
in
at
the hot
the.
topics.
He's at the American Music Awards. I think I saw Tana talking about how she wants to see him flip. That's what because she's going tonight. Everyone's at the AMAs. Oscar is there. Tana's there. Benson Boone. And Tana's like, I just want to see him flip. Honestly, it's what people like about Benson Boone these days.
I think he should come on the podcast, but
Would
and I
love.
promise, even though I'm not a booner,
Is that what they call that?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Sounds like gooner.
Goon camp.
I'm gonna use them for the Not Love Line Patreon. I'll put that on here as well.
Wait, did we? Oh, Gooning?
There for
The thumbnails?
episode 25, you did some goon faces for the thumbnail because for those who don't know, I should put some of those on a video so Oscar can upload them. Just you
Yeah.
in silence posing like
For the thumbnails? Did I do it here or not Love Line?
You do it here, but then you also do them with Tana on Not Love Line.
But I did a Gooning one?
Yes.
On purpose, you think?
You're like, ugh. It was.
It's in me now.
There was literally only like one non-gooning face in the last like episode. So I'm gonna have to use one for Patreon. So the thumbnail for Not Love Line Patreon is gonna be crazy.
Oh, I can't wait. We film tomorrow. We'll make sure to do more gooning ones. I love it. I think it's cute, but people are so shook. I think Gen Z takes it so much more like sexual than I think it is. I think it's like cutesy. But I talked about it in Sacramento. I was doing gooning pieces because they had the jumbotrons. So I was like, oh my God, I can goon here. And I was like, she keeps saying it. I'm like, as if it's like this crazy. I'm like, to me, it just sounds so silly.
It is fully a sexual thing.
Do you think sexual? I don't even think sexual. I think it's so
No,
silly.
I think it has become.
I don't think about it at all. But in my mind, what I do, I change the word with masturbate.
Is that what it means?
So I
Or
can
coming?
actually use it properly, so I don't misuse
that's not what
it.
it means.
Similar to like edging, I think. It's like you're so crazy for 30 minutes for YouTube.
15 minutes in.
It's oh my God. It's like you're so into it that you can't control your face.
But no one makes those faces when they're doing that. No one. It's going like nobody makes
Twitter
those.
will have you think otherwise.
I don't know what sex y'all are having. I've seen like biting lips, squeezing things like
Yeah.
like that, but like throwing your tongue out and crossing your eyes. That's crazy. I want to see it. Film it. I need to see it because I've never once done that.
It's been documented.
Oh my!
plenty.
People are doing it on purpose as
Gay
a troll.
Twitter, you know, Elon took it over, but it's
still there.
It's still kicking.
I love it.
By the grace of God.
Interesting because like he does run Twitter. Can he like ban something like that?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure
Really?
you can get shadow banned or something if you tweet cisgender, which is not a slur.
No way.
But he fully believes it is.
Wait, really? Oh my
which
God,
is
that's
so stupid.
Oh my God. And it's crazy because, yeah, like Twitter is kind of fun again. So it kind of, or X or whatever. So it kind of sucks that that's like happening.
Yeah.
What do we do about it? Call the Congress? I want to do something, but like, what can you do?
Have a fourth kid.
You have to become a billionaire and buy it.
That's, you know.
No. I know part of me is like, I should just keep this factory open at this
This
point.
is what we need.
Oh, I don't know. Some of the people are wishing on my uterus. I'm like, I don't know. I need to take it.
We gotta keep it. We gotta keep it
Happy,
light. Pope
yeah.
Francis. He may
We're
have
done.
dropped an F slur here and there, but who?
Pope Francis did or Pope Leo?
Pope Francis.
Oh, I thought he was for the gays.
He was, but he would also say like Chino.
Can we bleep it?
Maybe he was
I won't
just
believe it.
ordering Starbucks.
But that's, I mean, it's kind of cutesy though, no?
I mean,
Does that translate? Is that actually what it means?
No,
Wait, what do you mean?
It was literally almost like the F slur with like.
Oh, but it wasn't.
We don't know in Latin what.
Oh, okay. So
Well,
was it like
he
derogatory?
did. I have to look up exactly what it was now
Okay.
because it literally might as well have been that because it
I thought
really
he was
was.
saying it in like a cutesy way. I'm like, that's kind of funny, I guess, if you're saying that like that. But if
he-
it was a Italian word or something,
It was very much his whole mindset was like love the sinner, not the sin, and like it was progressive for the Catholic Church, and like we're cool with that.
He was trying to get somewhere.
Yeah. Let me see. Gay slur. Pope Francis gay slur.
Latin.
Yeah, I gotta put in Latin.
That's
Let's see here.
so funny. I didn't know.
Okay. Fragaccini.
Oh, okay, that's it. Progaccini is
Or maybe
very
that
different.
means he turned the frogs gay.
Yeah.
Progaccini. What's
They
it
put the
mean?
chemicals in the water, in the holy water. It's a highly offensive slang term in Italian referring to gay men and gay male culture. So,
Really?
according to, what is this, Vulture?
Yes, crediting.
NPR.org.
Okay, they probably
So-
know.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay. So what he was
Rest in
using it.
peace. We'll see you soon.
Okay, well, you know.
Yeah.
Was he saying it in like a bad way? He was just like addressing.
I actually, let me look up the context. 'cause
Yeah.
let's be fair. Let's
Yeah.
get the benefit
It's
of
like-
the doubt.
It's like when we're talking about the word homosexual, sometimes.
Yes, which
Right.
I don't get offended by that, but I definitely prefer the gays. I think the gays is fun.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Right.
That's what we were talking about last
Yeah.
time. The gays is cute, right? I mean, if I were
Yeah.
to be like, where's my homosexuals at? It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's kind of cute, but also I think, where's
Where
the
are my
gays?
homos?
Yeah. What's that one I didn't know? Oh, the Jotos Unidos, right?
That killed me.
But I mean, I you said it's cutesy.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
very much like reclaiming. Like I have a LABUBU with a shirt that has the F slur on it and a jockstrap
I
on
did
my LABUBU.
Okay, jockstrap on LABUBU.
I almost brought one today.
Are they queer?
My
Yours?
LABUBUs are queer.
All of
They
them?
are he's, she's, they, them.
Oh.
It's fully consensual.
Like,
You put their pronoun because you're starting an Instagram for them, right?
I should. I still haven't. But
okay.
you know, should probably use the Instagram we made for our dogs first.
You never used it?
We haven't in a while. It's we haven't even updated it for our second dog. It's been that long since we used it. But yeah, Evil Baby Ruby.
Evil Baby Ruby?
Yeah, it might change, but yeah.
Oh my God, why is your dog evil?
No, but she does get into mischief. She's
Okay.
very sweet, but she loves to. It was more so when she was younger. She would steal socks and just get into mischief.
How old is she?
She's 4. She just turned 4 on the 20th.
Oh, Taurus. Or no,
Yeah.
is that Gemini? Kind of on the cusp.
Definitely cusp.
Thank you so much to KIKOFF for sponsoring today's episode of Just Trish. KIKOFF is a credit building app to help build your credit. Here's the thing, you guys. Credit is essential, and good credit is what you need, okay? Look, you can have all the money in the world. You can be like, I'm making income, I'm making this, but they want good credit if you're looking at any type of loan, any type of adult purchase, whether that's a home, a car. If you want the best interest rates, credit is important. And you may say, well, I'm not even going to have a credit card, so it doesn't matter. But no credit is also not the greatest thing. People want to see that you are responsible with making on-time payments, that you can take out a loan, pay it on time. And with KIKOFF, you can build your credit today. KIKOFF gives you the smartest tools to build credit fast. Sign up without a credit check, and KIKOFF's monthly plans start targeting key credit factors in the background, which can mean real results before you know it. KIKOFF is easy to sign up and easy to get started. Building credit can happen very fast. You can see a change in your credit very quickly. There's also a rent reporting feature. Build credit with the rent you're already paying. Remember, KIKOFF is a credit line for credit building and not everyday spending. Users with credit under 600 grew an average of 84 points in their first year. With transparent, affordable plans starting at just $5 a month, no hidden fees, and zero interest, KIKOFF helps you score big when it comes to credit. It's simple. You make on-time payments, credit bureaus see good behavior, and your credit can go fast. They also offer the automatic monthly payments, so you don't have to worry about it, because there's been so many times where I've had the money in the account. I forget to send a check. I forget to call. Set it up for those automatic payments and never miss a payment. Start building credit immediately for only $1 for your first month. AutoPay helps you build credit when you sleep and you never worry about missing a payment. Sign up minutes from your phone, no credit check, and cancel at any time. With over 1 million users and hundreds of thousands of positive reviews, there's a reason why KIKOFF is the #1 credit builder on the App Store. Start building credit with KIKOFF today, and you can get your first month for as little as $1. That's 80% off the normal price when you go to getkikoff.com/Trish today. That's kickoff without the C. Get KIKOFF.com/Trish. Must sign up via getkickoff.com/Trish to activate offer. Offer applies to new KIKOFF customers first month only. Subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Average first year credit score impact of plus 84 points. Vantage score 3.0 between January 2023 and January 2024 for KIKOFF credit account users who started with a score below 600, who paid on time, and who had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit profile during the period. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score. Individual results may vary. Thank you so much to KIKOFF for sponsoring today's episode. We love you. Get that credit up. Build good credit, and your life will soar. Thank you, KIKOFF. Oh my gosh, so many Tauruses.
I know.
And your birthday and everything. Oh my gosh. And you guys went to Florida.
Yeah, we went to Florida to see Dallas's family. He's been there like twice since we moved, but I haven't seen them in a year and a half.
Wow.
So, and they're so sweet. They like make me feel like I'm direct kin, and yeah, it's really nice
love
to
you.
talk with them. Yeah, we had a night where it's just the two of us. I'll probably cut that. But.
Okay, yeah. I love that. I love you're editing yourself in real time. You're like, I'll cut that. I like to do that to you too, because I forget. Sometimes I try to remember at the end, but I'll just like to say like, Jimmy, cut.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because like with Not Loveline, Devin will send me a voice note he got from Tana of her saying like, okay, so I want this, but there's no episode number. So I have to kind of guess. So I write down everything in a notebook, and I'm like, okay, if this ever comes up, this is what she's talking about. I'll cut that.
Oh, that's
but I
so
love that,
hard.
like, if you want something done, you don't even say it sometimes. You just go like this.
Yeah, cut
with your
it.
hand, and I cut it.
Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, you just edited yourself. You're like, I'll cut that part. But so they're just close. They're just
Yeah. And his niece and nephew were there, and a couple other family friends brought their kids, and it was just really cute. His niece AJ is 5, and she is just so creative, and she is obsessed with me in Dallas, and it's so cute. She has I don't know what, it's been a while, but she has a stuffed tiger named Jimmy, which I think is so cute.
Oh my gosh.
She was writing a little story about 2 guys who adopt a dog, And she's like, yeah, their names are Dal and Jim.
Oh.
It's kind of like Dallas and Jimmy.
Oh, at 5?
Yeah.
I love her writing queer literature for kids
I
at
know.
5. That's
literally
everything.
half the people she knows are gay people.
Oh my
5
god.
people.
That's literally our daughters too. This is everyone they know is just like, yeah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
We played LABUBU. We brought her one of our extras and we gave it to her. And oh my god,
That's
it
a
was
big
like,
deal. You gave a LABUBU?
She was obsessed with it. She made crowns out of construction paper. She was the princess and I was the barista.
I love that.
I was a service industry worker and she was royalty. But
I love that.
She tipped and it was so interesting. She was like, "Yeah, this is the iPad you pay," and I was like, "We're doomed."
Isn't that? Matt was the same way. She has like a register. She's like, "Here's money. I want to go buy slime at Target." I was like, "At 2.5," and I was like, "What?"
She made a phone, and I was surprised that she was like, "It flips," because like, when has she ever seen a flip phone?
Right.
But she was just like, and now we're gonna talk on it. But then she turned it to the side for like a FaceTime, and I was just like, "Oh my god!"
That's
like,
it's wild. Mel holds it up to her ear, and that's why I'm like, "Where is she seeing that?" Because we always do speakerphone.
Especially
She always
doing
has
like
it.
this, like
yeah.
Elvis does that. Elvis picks up a phone. She's like, "Hello."
Yeah. Wow. Like, where do they see that? Like, we don't have a house phone. Like, where are they seeing it?
I have friends who are teachers, and they're like, "Yeah, when kids play house, they hold their hand up to their ear like it's an iPhone, like it's a shape like this."
Oh, like this now.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
I wonder if even like kids are gonna realize like the call button on an iPhone is still like a rotary phone handset.
Right. Like if they know if it's just push, because Malibu, like on our laptop, we're looking at photos, and she like likes to touch the screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though it's like not, she like wants to touch it to like blow it up, and it's like it's really interesting. Yeah, how they learn different things. But giving a LABUBU is a big deal. I still haven't let Malibu have my LABUBUs yet. Maybe it's time to give her one. I don't know. She might be scared of them. They're a little scary, a little monstrous.
I love that they're like a little ugly. Like that's what attracts me to them personally. Like I love a little gremlin, a goblin.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Like-
the theme park, the LABUBU?
Yes,
Where's
I believe
that?
The real
it's
size
in.
ones.
I think it's in Beijing. I'll have to fact
It looks
check.
like
Are you gonna go?
Yeah. It's a little expensive, I think, but I would love to go.
I feel like you guys are bougie, both of you now. You're both bougie. Not only are you influencer, you're a full-time editor. You're literally
Influencer is
full-time.
crazy.
You are a gamer, influencer, full-time editor. I was thinking about how many episodes, like if you do 2 of these, plus 2 of our bonus ones, plus a not love line, plus a not love line, you do 6 episodes. You're like full-time. That's like 6 episodes a week.
Sunday to Thursday I'm editing. Yeah.
That's crazy.
My boyfriend
Oh
makes fun of me
gosh.
because like I'll be hanging out with friends and like something will come up and it's not something that happened to me. It's something that happened to you.
Wait, what happened?
And it'll just be like a random thing. It's like, oh yeah, Trish was just talking about this, and he's just like, bro, like they don't.
Oh, I see.
they don't-
I see. Because you're editing, so you're just
I'm
like
I spend 5 days a week listening to the same woman talk
Oh
about things like. That's my boss. That's like a coworker. Like it's what's happening at work. Like I gotta talk about it.
That's so funny. I
And
never
he's
even thought about
joking.
that.
He's like playing with me, of course.
But
But
of course, no, that would be. I never thought about that. Like you really are, because you're hearing all of it.
Yeah.
How many hours do you think that is of content a week are you editing or sifting through?
gosh,
Well,
That's
no, in
tough.
each episode it's close to 3
yeah,
hours.
yeah.
Bonus
Plus they
is an
extend
hour.
Another 4 or 5 hours.
It's a lot.
Oh my god, that is actually so. Do you
And
ever
we
get
talk
like?
about everything that's happening, whether
Yeah.
it's hot topics or current. So if you
my
talk to
God.
somebody, it's probably something we kind of
Yeah,
covered
it's usually
here.
something like pretty recent or like
That we
I don't
talked
know,
about.
like a life story. I don't know. It's been a while since he like
so
told me
fun.
that
Yeah.
I do that. I've been like a little bit like, okay, don't the intrusive thought to be like, well, Trish said this about every single thing. It's like, oh my god, it was so funny on the podcast when Oscar did this. Like,
And they're like, what? God, watch it. No, but that's why I had to stop hate watching like years ago, because I would. I would like hate watch people, but I would like re-talk
You
their
get
like
the
rhetoric.
catchphrases.
Yes, that part. And I always remember there's like a clip of me like talking about like gravity, like not needing gravity, and I remember it coming from a Gabby Hanna podcast. Like she said it, and the way she explained it was so real. She's like, and she talked about it, so it was like before me. So it's like not even like I was trying to be funny, because I remember in that like clip too. I remember being like to Moses. I remember being like, no, who said that? Like I didn't come up with this. Like someone was saying this.
She was
And-
really just trying to remember. And I didn't watch it with her, so I didn't know.
you exposed yourself.
Yes, and no one knew because no one was watching the Gabby. I love Gabby Hanna, but no one was watching it back then, except for me apparently.
The
And so,
read.
yeah, I love her now. I love her. She seems engaged, happy, Christian, love it. But I back then I would remember being like, I would watch like every podcast and like. Yeah, I guess it was like a hate watch because I don't know, but also not hate watching is so funny because it's like you hate watch because you find someone like annoying, but then you're still watching it. So are you a
Yeah.
fan? I don't know, but probably.
I could never do
I hate watch.
I hate watch because I'm just like, I'd rather watch people I like because they have, like, you, for example, you have so much content. You're probably one of the most documented people on the history of the planet.
So scary though, because I forget there was a Post Malone. We should correct that. Last time I did say there was a clip of me saying I got catfished by Post Malone. I was like, when, girl? But maybe I did, and I don't remember because I do block out so many things. So like, maybe I don't remember, but it does suck for. I guess it's a blessing and curse to be documented for someone like me who does truly forget things.
Yeah.
That's why after that, Gabby Hanna, when I did the interview with her on her podcast, I really wish we would have I would have recorded it because so many things get edited and like I don't remember. And because people know I don't remember, I can easily be. I hate the word gaslit, but you can easily be like, you did say this, you didn't, and I'm like, damn, I wish we recorded it. So it's like now I'm just always like, okay, what did I say? I have to be so like hyper conscious about it because of that. Or if I say I've never had a hot dog, people find a clip of me like eating a hot dog, you know? And I was like, that's crazy. Crazy that people remember. And
it's great for making like little edits because I'm like, okay, I know there's like, I need a clip of Trish in her car eating chicken for this Minecraft edit. And I just literally just look at like Trisha Paytas chicken on YouTube and yeah, I find it instantly. And it's like a 45-minute long video.
You're like, I'll use this. That Minecraft edit was good too.
Thank you very much.
I need to start watching it, but I see it now. It's on Hulu, but I haven't started.
I haven't seen it either.
Is there a Minecraft world? Is that because you were just in Florida? You were in Tampa?
We went to New Smyrna Beach. It's between like Jacksonville, Orlando. It's just like a little beach town.
Did you find any ghosts or anything came back with you, or any spirits from Tampa or Florida? I mean,
no.
Nothing scary came back with you.
Dallas's parents' house is a new build, so that's probably why.
But what about just the air?
I brought back pollen and humidity, congestion, and.
Were you sick after?
I wasn't sick, but I definitely needed my allergy medication for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Florida just always scares me a little bit. And you didn't even make it to Universal. What is the new thing everyone's going to? The Donkey Kong Land? What is this?
So Nintendo World, I guess, just opened in Universal, and it's bigger there, so they're able to fit. Because we have one in LA. I haven't been to it still.
There's a Nintendo World in LA, or just a Mario?
It's Mario. It's Mario. But in Universal, they're like expanding it because they have more room. So I think there's going to be Donkey Kong that just opened, Zelda, and a bunch of other
And
stuff.
you weren't like obsessed with going? You just bought a Nintendo Switch, you said. Like, weren't you like, this is my thing?
I would love to go, but it was just a time thing, really. I was like, I have to get back for the podcast.
And you can edit like there, like if you want to stay a week. It's not worth it.
I don't have a computer that I could do that with. I thought about getting one just so I could potentially do that. At least with like, if there's like guest episodes, I can like plan, okay, like has to go up the next day. I can do this over a break. But yeah, I edit on a desktop computer that's like crazy powerful because it just has to do so much processing all the time for editing. So I made sure I got a beefy one. I used that holiday bonus on
a new computer.
Literally, like 4 days after filming, I bought one, and
but it is good. I remember, we'd always have issues just with all our editors. Just like it would crash. Something would have to restart. They lost the because it is probably, I don't know. I know nothing about editing. Hence, I've never edited a video like in my life. Like as long as I've been on YouTube, which is like now 19 years, never edited. Couldn't tell you how to even. I know how to like. What is it called? Like split and delete. Yeah. Like I can do that. But like even that took me a while to do.
And long format. So we're talking about 3-hour video to process.
Multiple cameras. That is crazy.
On my old computer, it used to take like an hour just to save and export the video file. Now on my new one, it takes like 25 minutes, which is amazing. Because like part of what would give me such like late hours doing the podcast was just like sitting around waiting to be able to put it on Google Drive, and like all like that's the most annoying part because like I'm done, like, but I still have to sit at my computer and stuff. But
how's your back?
Not great.
Is it hurt? I wonder because you're sitting.
Yeah, I've been bookmarking my TikTok For You page is like LABUBU and posture exercises because I keep like bookmarking them and not doing them. But but it's not from editing. It's from like life of just being a gamer and just playing
over.
Yeah, I get like a muscle spasm the size of a golf ball every few months under my skin, which is not great. But
and then what do you do for it? Just massage it out?
My boyfriend one time, it was like a really bad one I was having, and I had to go to the dentist too. So I'm like sitting there at the dentist, like waiting 6 hours for them to be like, yeah, you're gonna pay $5,000 for us to do this little thing. And he surprised me with a Theragun. So
those are nice to
so
rub it out.
If it like even starts feeling it's gonna act up, he uses the Theragun, and typically it doesn't. That with an icy hot patch, and it doesn't flare up. But
oh my god!
I definitely, especially now that I'm 28, I'm like, okay, I really like.
Yeah.
I'm not a high schooler anymore. Like I gotta really take care of myself.
Can you like lay back when you play the games?
No. Not really.
You have to be up like this.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Wow.
Some people have like these glasses that like they're like I'm on my phone in bed because it's like glasses with mirrors, and I'm like that's a lot. I feel like the humiliation of that is too much for me.
You're like, let me just sit up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot, man. That's sitting. Okay, well, watch your back.
I will. I get up and stretch. You know, every 30 minutes I stretch. I pet the dogs. I use the bathroom. I stretch my arms and everything. But, yeah. Keep riveting.
No, that's me all the time. I'm always like, anyways, talking about it. No, I love it. It is. Because it is so interesting. You said so much for gaming and editing and LABUBU searching and all that stuff like that. So
the LABUBU searching is really, it's shameful.
You got
my screen time.
Oscar on it. You got everybody on it now.
Honestly, yeah. And Pop Mart, I'm not looking for a check, but maybe a PR box.
Okay, yes. So explain your Pop Mart hard time. Because I've seen this on, was it your Twitter, Instagram? You've been going through
I've been ranting everywhere that will listen to me.
Well, here you are. You have a platform. Let's hear it. We love Pop Mart, by the way.
Yes, love Pop Mart. I am a very new fan, but when I get into something, I can't not go immediately to 100% finacity. So, if that's even a word.
Finacity. I've never heard of it. Tenacity? I don't know.
Yeah, we're dubbing it today.
Okay.
But yeah, I love your products. I love your character designs. I love going to your stores. You have 5 in Los Angeles, California, and I have Instagram notifications on for every single store to keep up with LABUBU restocks.
Wow.
And I unfortunately have had some terrible luck, and multiple of my LABUBU shipments have been stolen. It's frustrating, and their packages are stamped with the Pop Mart logo.
That part.
So everyone knows it's a LABUBU sized box with the Pop Mart logo all over it.
They're
gonna take a shot that it's a LABUBU.
And they're breaking in, Oscar said they're breaking into people's cars for LABUBU. So
people will hang them from their mirrors, put them on their dashboard, and people smash the cars. And
so people see in the box, which like Louis Vuitton, anything Prada, it always comes like super discreet. Like it's just like
Adam
a brown box. Shout out Adam and Eve for the discreet packaging. Pop Mart taking a note out of Adam and Eve. That's true. That part, because even when we got a PR package, just shout out Pop Mart, but they gave us like 2 huge PR Pop Marts, and I was like, and Mo was like, "What'd you order from Pop Mart?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I know it's bougie. Like, let's open those up because I know it's like fancy." But on that same side, people will also see that and be like, "Yeah." So your solution would be to just take the Pop Mart off.
Yeah, just use different packaging tape. That's literally it.
It happened twice to you?
No. It almost happened 6 times.
6?
Yeah. Well, I had like four boxes delivered all on the same day. So it's like been stolen twice, but it was 5 items. So I had like, this was like a couple weeks ago. They left them on the and really be advertising this to people.
Right, yeah, I don't know. Cut whatever you want.
Yeah. But you know, they're exposed to the elements, and the elements found them and stole them, and then hadn't happened for a while. I'd been really diligent, and they just didn't say it was delivered until hours after it had been delivered.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
So it was sitting there, and unfortunately, it was the Fallen Wild special edition LABUBU, which does not drop nearly as often as the other LABUBU
What's
sets.
a Fallen Wild one?
It's just a LABUBU with a cute little bucket hat and overalls.
Oh,
and
no.
I did manage to secure a new order of one. Hopefully that gets here. Like
you keep ordering them?
Well,
maybe
you know.
stop ordering them. Put here, and I'll send them to you.
Oscar was like, send them to my parents' house. And I was just like, I don't want to be a burden.
But I think you might need to at this point. Once okay, twice is sad, 3 times. Like, what are you doing?
5, get therapy.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's crazy.
I got refunds though for the ones that were stolen, and so
well, that's
like
good.
it's okay.
You're building your Pop Mart.
Yeah, I'm gonna franchise it.
Okay.
At this point, I probably could.
No, who refunded you?
Oh, TikTok customer service.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Because that's a part of your building's responsibility, I would think.
Oh,
you
yeah.
pay
If
so
I
much.
didn't get a refund, I would have fully been like, okay, like this is kind of your fault for the lobby not being done for 8 months. So
specifically, your building is very like known as supposed to be like secure and all that stuff like that.
So I was gonna be like, can you take $40 off my rent this month.
Thank you so much to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's episode of Just Trish. Here's a dirty little secret that the insurance industry may want to keep under wraps. Insurance companies profit by holding onto your money for as long as possible. So after an accident, they may do whatever they can to delay or deny your claim. This way, they can keep those profits growing. Morgan & Morgan fights hard against these corporations to make sure you get every dollar you deserve. When in court, the insurance companies want jurors to think the at-fault driver is the one paying the verdict amount. Meanwhile, it's really the insurance companies who are covering the costs. When Morgan & Morgan takes on a case, they are almost always going after the big insurance companies and not the individuals at fault. Morgan & Morgan fights hard for their clients, and these corporations know that. A recent client in Pennsylvania just received $29 million. Insurer's best offer was $500,000. Another recent client in Florida received $20 million. Last offer was $0. Sketchy, sketchy. There's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm. Hiring the wrong firm can be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. With Morgan & Morgan, it's easy to get started, and their fee is free unless they win. Just visit forthepeople.com/Trish or dial #law. That's #529. That's forthepeople.com/Trish or dial #law, #529. This is a paid advertisement. Thank you so much to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's episode. I remember when I lived in my last complex, I remember I had my Lamborghini stolen in broad daylight, and we had a security. Yeah, we had like guard gated security, and they blamed me. They're like, "Are you sure you didn't know the person?" I was like, "Oh my god, no, what?" And they were just like, the police came and everything, and they were blaming me for it. I was like, "You all are crazy."
But still, it would be a theft. Even
Yeah,
if you know,
exactly.
Like, if he
Like,
lives,
just 'cause you
if
knew
he
that.
lives in the house here and takes one of our cars, it's still a theft. It's not like,
They seemed not concerned at all. They were just like, "I don't know, maybe you know them." I'm like, "I don't," but
I
also
want my
like,
car
what?
back.
I did bring my LABUBU today.
Yes. What is this one?
This is just a Macron LABUBU that I dressed up in some clothes from
What's
TikTok
Macron?
shop. It's just the line that they did. It's exciting Macron, and this one's toffee.
Oh.
And there's green grape, which still eludes me, but we pulled the secret for that one.
What does all that mean? Green grape and pulling a secret.
They're just like different colors that are like named after like a flavor of Macron. And
Oh, like the little French cookies?
yeah. Yeah, so there's
Oh.
lychee berry, sea salt coconut. I don't remember all of them, but I just call them pink and blue, but they're cute.
I love that. You're a LABUBU expert. You're like pink or blue. That one's cute.
It's
A
all
little
over
toffee.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you want a macaron?
What?
No.
What?
You don't know?
I don't know.
Jimmy, you're a droplet. You should be getting the
You
sexy
will.
humor. You're channeling
my For You page
Oscar.
again is LABUBU and backstretches.
When
They
you go
think
home.
I'm a 45-year-old like single woman who is sedentary.
Which I kind of love about you. I get that vibe from
you.
you too. If I didn't see you in person, when I first saw you in person, I was like, "Oh my god, he's so like young and cute." But you do give, middle-aged woman like me though. Like we'd be friends. I'd be like, "I love this
Love that.
person."
Also, I did not mean to sound like I'm saying 45 is old. I'm just saying that's,
It's old, but hey, bless it, it's a curse. I want to be 45. That's the best,
Oh, me too.
You don't want to not be 45 because then you just are stuck at this age forever. You passed 27, which is good because that's the tragic year.
Oh, and my OCD reminded me every day of
Oh,
being
did you
27.
did you feel it? Like the
I
tragic?
was not anything tragic. Honestly,
Oh.
27 was like the best year of my life.
Oh, okay.
Truly.
But you didn't think you were gonna like die like 'cause everyone
My whole
dies.
life leading up to 27, I was just like 27. I'm gonna die.
That's so funny. I thought the same thing. I wonder what that is because it's so old school.
Because
Like
it's like the 27 Club.
But it's like-
and
Janis Joplin and like Kurt Cobain. And not that but it's like it's like they're older rock stars.
Yeah.
So like, why do we think we're gonna be that?
yeah,
I mean,
and
it's sad,
a lot of the deaths, I guess, tend to be from like substance abuse. Like there's
Right.
it very rarely I feel like it's like a sudden thing, but it doesn't help my mentally ill brain. With
Yeah.
that, so.
Are you mentally ill? You don't talk about it if you don't want to, but are you? Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I have anxiety, OCD,
Oh.
struggle with depression for a long time.
Oh, I had
Haven't
no
been
idea.
depressed in a long time, thankfully, because things have been good and
Yeah.
I take pills. But
yeah. Depression is funny that way. I found a journal the other day. My mom found it cleaning out the garage. We have organizers here. Shout out AE Organized Home. They've been doing our garage and they found a journal and it's just me being like so sad. Just like I sent it to Moses. I was just like, oh my god, it was just me every day being like, I'm so alone. I hate being alone.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this. It's like I just journaled every day about being so sad and like lonely. Mine, I think maybe was more situational because like I'm kind of like, oh well, when things are good, I don't feel it as much. I don't know if that's like a normal thing for depression, but but sometimes things are good and you can still be depressed. So it is.
I think depression. here I am, Katie Morton, DSM. I was
Katie
a patron. I was a patron of hers back like a million years ago for like a couple months because I was depressed. I couldn't afford therapy and I was younger and I was just learning about it through YouTube.
Yeah.
And then the Jake Paul series, I had to pull out. I was like, oh, this is too
that
much.
was a while ago. The one with Shane.
It was a long time ago, thankfully, my depression era.
So you haven't watched her, like the new stuff with Shane you didn't know about?
I mean, I got clips for the podcast when he talked about his friend that's totally not you.
Right. He's like, but not a YouTuber. But also, everyone thought she was a hooker, and everyone thought this, and she cried a lot. I was like,
and she's blonde, and has 2 kids, a third on the way, reincarnation of the Pope, but she's not a YouTuber. She's a podcaster.
That's what it was given right now. Right.
But yeah, I found her videos really informative, but that I just did not care for that series, and I had to.
What was it? It just you thought she was. I
thought
didn't
it was.
watch it.
I just thought it was weird, the vibes, and I don't know. It's been a long time, so I don't really remember my exact feelings on it, but I unplugged from that fandom, I guess, if you can't even call it that. What were we talking about?
We were talking about, well, you said mentally ill. I was like, are you mentally ill?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very.
Okay.
But, I was depressed for a really long time. Kind of culminated in, like, my late teens, early 20s. Like, I had a really kind of tough childhood. And once I was, like, not in school anymore and the people that were causing that for me kind of left my life, suddenly, like, I wasn't in fight or flight mode anymore. And then, like, all the mental illness that I was, like, putting on the back burner came through. I came out when I was, like, 18.
Oh, interesting.
So, like, I wasn't constantly spending my time thinking about, like, how do I make sure the conversation does not become anything about being gay, because I don't want to talk about that. So it freed up a lot of space in my brain for the demons to creep back in.
So it almost, like the stuff that was causing it, like it almost, like you blocked out and then it came, which is kind of good. It's kind of like what we were talking about the ayahuasca. It kind of like flushes the demons and the trauma to the front. No,
I could never do it. I got like really high like a year ago, and it was I have liked, like I used to really like it, but I had way too much too. I had like 80 milligrams, which is crazy.
I don't even know what that is. Oh my gosh.
It's like
a bag?
8 times what people usually have.
Wow.
Because I wanted to catch up with my friends who had smoked it, and I was eating it, and I was just like, well, I'll just have more. And
what do you mean? Like edibles?
Oh,
Yeah,
and
edibles.
eating is very
It was
different.
which, like, I should know that because I've done it before, but I was just like, it's fun, and like, who wouldn't want to be a little high? Oh my god, I greened out. I was in the bathroom. I was like, I get this out of me.
Were you like throwing up?
Yeah, because I was like, I can't
Too
do
much.
another 3 hours of this because it was just kicking in, and it was crazy.
Yeah,
It was
ayahuasca
so bad.
probably would not be your.
Yeah, it just like it made my OCD like crazy. Like it was on turbo drive.
That's so funny because a lot of people say it actually helps them with like anxiety.
Yeah,
and,
and it used to for
Yeah.
me, and then maybe
You went a little
did-
overboard.
Wait, they're also
went
very
overboard.
different because
Yeah,
ayahuasca is
yeah.
a guided. It's very, very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start to throw up, which I'm sorry, I do not like throwing up. Even when it feels good, if you have food poisoning and you still hate it. It's
Yeah,
like so.
I haven't thrown up much in my adult life, but when I've needed to, I've hated it.
Yeah, it's
But
not.
at that moment you feel it's more of it's called purge because
Yeah.
you at that moment you feel like imagine like it's suddenly you're thinking about somebody you don't like and something that was bothering you all of your life, and then you physically feeling like I'm gonna expel that out of my body, purge it. You feel good. You feel like you want to just keep taking it out of you.
I
you
think
just
that would
block
very
heal
it.
me,
different.
but
Yeah.
I,
'Cause you're not
I'm
like-
afraid of it.
Because you're not like it's not like being food poisoned, throwing up, or alcohol poisoning, throwing up. It's very
It's
different.
like an emotional response.
You just feel like you're purging your body out of something negative.
I think you just block that person. I don't think you need to purge them out of your life.
There.
Well,
Just don't look
this
at their
is a
Instagram.
spiritual. This is a spiritual blocking.
Okay, well, do you have something you want to show? You've been clutching your little.
we were talking about the LABUBUs, and then everyone were tagging us with this little
wow.
guy.
We got that off TikTok shop.
Cute.
The influence. Is it a LABUBU or no?
It's not a LABUBU.
This is
but
from Disney.
They're trying to be a LABUBU.
Kind of. LABUBU's nachos. LABUBIan.
LABUBU's nachos. We're in our Stitch era now, the Lilo and Stitch, because
What
of
was
our
Elvis' birthday
Elvis's
this
birthday.
weekend?
Oh, we have to shout out QTCINDERELLA for making the.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
She
I saw
spent-
beautiful cake.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Insert video. She spent literally like 5 hours. She like streamed
yeah.
it 5
Wow,
hours.
that's crazy.
Canceled plans. She had something on Saturday, so she dropped it off here. But it was like the most beautiful cake. She like sourced the toy on top from like, I don't know. It was like a vintage
early
toy.
2000.
Early 2000s. It was like it was so good. She was so nice. QTCINDERELLA, I love you. You're my new favorite influencer because that was like so nice, and she like.
She doesn't charge anyone anything. She does it for people. She never charges them. And
Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, oh, let me like pay you at least for the ingredients or something. But she was just like so sweet. And then I wanted her to come to the party, but she had something that day, so her assistant dropped it off. But Elvis loved it. Malibu loved it. The cake was delicious.
The reveal.
Wonderful. Da 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 da.
Whoa, always sleeping.
Oh, I'm holding a donut. Okay, falling asleep eating a donut.
Very cute.
You should
very
put its ears
blue.
out.
It's like our baby that's coming.
Yeah, our
Very cute.
theme has been blue this.
Yeah, I have
spring.
blue nails today.
I do. Oh, me too. We're so identical. Oh my god, that's so crazy. I love blue. It's like it's the vibe, especially
Yeah.
with nails. I love blue nails. I think they look
these
so
are,
cool.
I think, from the Snow White section at Target. Like
What do you mean Snow White section?
they
There's like
had
a
like months ago when the Snow White movie was coming out, they had like a little kiosk and it was like Snow White colors. I was like, don't care for this movie, but I love
You didn't
the blue.
like it?
I didn't see it. I don't see
can't say
any.
you can't care if you don't like it.
I don't see any of the Disney live actions.
You don't like princesses.
It's not that I don't like princesses. I prefer the animated originals.
Wow.
A big animation fan, and
You haven't seen one live action.
not that I can think of. No, I don't think so.
Not even Aladdin. I feel like that was the big one that everyone watched.
No, I didn't see Aladdin, but I love the original.
What about Lilo and Stitch?
That's a hot topic.
Hot
That's what I'm
topic.
saying. I'm trying to-
Yes.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
seen the
that
new
was
one?
one of my. No, I don't think I'll be seeing the new one either.
Wait, why?
I hate to be like a Debbie Downer
I
because it is like I love the original Lilo and Stitch. I watched it like a few months ago for like the first time in a long time, and I was like, this is just one of the best movies they've ever made. Like
So
it just has
good.
so many important themes.
Yes.
And the live action, it just feels like the people who made it didn't understand the plot. Although the director did say that he tried to get Pleakley in drag, so part of me thinks it's like the studio
Disney.
executives that muddled it all up and ruined what could have been like a perfectly just tame recreation.
Yeah.
But yeah, spoiler warning, I guess.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I put a timestamp also. I know people are like, I don't know where to skip, baby. Look at the screen. Like, it's right here. This
People
is where
love
it's
you
going to
for
be.
it. I saw someone on TikTok said, thank you, Jimmy, for all the spoilers for White Lotus because they were just finished watching it. Now I can go rewatch all the
And
episodes.
I have not seen White Lotus, and I'll have to wait a year for me to forget all this.
Oh, that's right. You have to listen to the spoilers.
I knew everything in Traders before I watched it.
Oh, no.
There was Oscar spoiled the end of the new Hunger Games book that I was going to read.
Oh,
So like the bullets I take for you,
Do you
guys.
hate spoilers? I love a spoiler.
I don't love a spoiler if it's something that like
Oh.
if it's a twist. Like if it's like a mystery and the whole point is to like not know what's gonna happen and like figure it out. I hate knowing. but-
Really? Oh, I need
yeah.
to know. Otherwise, I don't
But
want to
like
watch
sometimes like if there's a movie that I'm like on the fence about, I will look up like a plot synopsis and I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, that actually sounds interesting. I'd like to see that play out. I'd like to see how that looks when it's
it. That's what I
acted.
think too. Like you want to know what it's going to
Yeah.
be about. Yeah.
But yeah, spoilers for the new Lilo and Stitch. Among a couple of the lists of things that people did not love that they changed, at the end of the movie, Nani gives up Lilo,
Like what?
which is like the antithesis of the entire ethos of the movie, which is Ohana means family. Nobody
nobody
gets
gets
left
left
behind.
behind.
Like it's so. And like I'm not gonna get super into the optics of that in this climate because it's a little depressing to think about, and there are people on TikTok that say it a lot more eloquently than I can.
Yes.
But it's like indigenous native Hawaiians giving up their children to the government
It's crazy.
is a crazy thing to put in a movie
I
in general, but like in this.
can't fathom because everyone was saying they cried at the end of the movie. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like what
They cry because they're
happened.
pissed.
Yeah, I was like, that's LILO is like giving up.
Yeah.
She goes to the government. Is it supposed to be a happy ending
So
in the movie?
I believe that David, the like, not really love interest, because like Nani doesn't, in the original, Nani like is so saddled with responsibility, with zero support systems, that she doesn't have time for a personal life. Like, she is picking up the pieces of a broken family from a tragic loss of their parents, and the whole point is like they find family in Stitch and Jumba and Pleakley. They make Jumba the villain. They get rid of Gontu, the big killer whale shark, whatever he is. He's just like not even in the movie.
They made Jumba the villain in the live action?
Yeah, I think at the end of the movie he gets arrested, which is so strange. And then Nani goes off to college on the mainland, so like she's leaving her home too. And it's like, it feels like they were trying in a way to like almost like progressivize it in like a weird way. They're like, well, Nani wants to be a marine biologist and she wants to go to college. It's like,
well, she could do that in her home in
yeah,
Hawaii.
like why didn't she go to a school in Hawaii? And like also, I've seen reviews from people saying like she's a marine biologist, but she's not remotely intrigued by Stitch being a brand new species. Like she just like it's literally like none of the plot points even connect. Even also like I don't even know if it would be the best version to show, because like the live action, the CGI of like Jumba and Pleakley, they're creepy.
Oh, I haven't seen. I thought they were real people playing them.
So because I think it was originally a Disney Plus show, so the budget was smaller. But like Moana 2, it got bumped up to a feature, but with the same budget. So a lot of the movie, like Pleakley and Jumba are completely human disguises. It's just human actors, so that way they don't have to like animate them.
Oh, I see.
And like it's just a movie like that just I feel like just does not work outside of being a cartoon, because like Pleakley is a one-eyed alien with two tongues in a bob. Like,
yeah.
And people think he's a human woman. Like, it literally, like, that, you can't tell me that that's, like, the characters in that movie are going to believe that in live action, because it just, the suspension of disbelief is just not there as much when it's a cartoon with cartoon physics and characters stretching and just, so, like, that part made me sad that, it, like, just the live action kind of sanitizing of it all, the taking out any sort of queer elements of Pleakley,
Crazy.
that really bothered me. But then the fact that like it just doesn't feel like they understood the plot and the message of the movie.
And you explained it so good, because you went into even more detail than I like thought with like the original. Like I hadn't watched either in so long, so I like didn't know, but that is like the core of it, and taking that away is so wild. We thought there's no way this movie could flop. It's like, oh my god, this cute little girl's gonna star. Oh, so it didn't flop. So it did well.
It made the most money of any Memorial Day release ever, I think.
But
It's
reviews...
the second, after Lion King, it's the second. So it brought in the weekend $341 million.
Yeah.
Lion King live action was number one?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's so
The Lion
crazy.
King
That one's horrible.
Lion King from 2019.
Huh?
Lion King from 2019.
Yeah, that's a live action.
Yeah, they did a remake, which, oh my god, that one bothered me
That
too.
was like National Geographic. I was just like, this is weird.
No expressiveness on the animals, and they used like the same, like, they would recreate the shots from the original, but like then the animators and the storyboard artists wouldn't get credit for like basically making the whole movie that they would just copy and paste. And like, I guess Disney probably has something in their contract where they don't have to, but it's just like, that's so scummy. Like,
ew, I didn't know that. Oh my god, you're so like in like knowledgeable about all this stuff.
Animation is like one of my favorite things. I'd love to be a voice actor. Disney, hire me for a show.
Wait, really?
Like,
Can you do different voices? Can you do Stitch?
Oh my god.
Yeah, do it.
It's not good.
Wait, that was good.
I might not even
good.
show
I
my
hear it
face.
in the headphones.
It's
Sounds
so
good.
cringy.
Did you hear it? Is that
Well,
good?
you can put Stitch on your face.
Yeah, I'll put Stitch on my face because
Okay.
I can't watch myself do it.
Do Stitch on your face and do it one more time, but a little longer. Give us 5 seconds.
Hi, Hannah meets family.
Oh my gosh.
It was perfectly like 5 out of 10 Stitch. Like
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Moses, do your Stitch.
I cannot do that. I tried to do Donald Duck for Malibu, and it
Donald
sounded
Duck
like...
is hard.
That was good.
It's really hard.
Just say the line Ohana meets family as Stitch.
I don't know how to do that.
Babe, the alien, just say it.
It will sound like Donald Duck.
Okay, do it. Go.
Ohana means family.
That
It
was
was
really
not
good.
good. I can't even.
Who was here? Oh, well, we can't say our guest that was here, but our guest did Stitch. Remember our one on
Yeah.
Friday? He did Stitch. Everyone was doing Stitch. I was like, okay, everyone having a Stitch impression.
I feel like it's one of the easier ones that people can do.
You did good. Yeah, that was good. Ohana means family.
Oh, that was good. You got the gurgle. You got the like half your mouth is filled with spit. You got it.
I can't do impressions at all. Oh my god. Is it the same voice actor? Do you know?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow, good for him. Just
Yeah.
getting the
Probably
Stitch
got
roles
paid
again.
a lot to come back to this
Yeah,
movie,
he's
which I would
probably
hope. 'Cause,
well, there's
like,
literally 500 Stitch things. So we went
Oh,
to Disney
yeah.
Plus this weekend, and there's like Stitch movie, Stitch Hawaii, Stitch
yeah,
Tea. There's so many
a show
Stitches.
where Stitch is in Japan.
Oh, love
and
that.
there's a show where Stitch is in China. Because Stitch is really big in just Asian countries in general. He's very
Really?
popular. Yeah.
Is there a Stitch like land in Disney over there? Like, because there's one in
I
Hong
don't
Kong.
know. I don't know. I know
to
that Winnie the Pooh is also really popular in Tokyo
Really?
Disney because I guess they just really love like teddy bears. Like they have a mascot there that is like used more in the parks than Mickey, and he's just like a teddy bear that's like for Tokyo Disney.
Oh
or
my god,
something.
have you been?
No, I've never been, but I would love to go to
I
Japan.
know.
That's
We
like
have
number
to-
one destination.
We have to get a podcast, like a live. You know when like Regis and Kelly would go to like Florida and just sit there outside at
Yes.
Disney World? We need to get that for Tokyo Disney where
It'll
we just
happen.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much to Sono Bello for sponsoring today's episode. Genetics can be beautiful. Maybe you got your mom's eyes or her great skin, but genetics can also be a nightmare. I hear friends say, ugh, I got mom's belly and love handles. Don't let genetics be the thing that holds you back from getting the body you deserve. Check out the Permanent Solutions by Sono Bello. I'm all about loving our bodies, but hey, if there's something that you're uncomfortable with, why not fix it? Our friends at Sono Bello are offering you their best deal. You're now included in their summer savings event, but appointments are limited. Sono Bello doctors are masters in micro laser fat removal, a brilliant technique that removes stubborn fat permanently. Wherever your problem areas, tummy, love handles, thighs, arms, it's gone in one comfortable visit. Eating healthy and workouts are great. Keep doing that. But if you want to lose that stubborn fat in one visit, check out Sono Bello. And that is so true. Sometimes you see people and you're like, they look so good. I work out so much. I eat so right. Sometimes it's just genetics that's blocking it. So Sono Bello can target your problem areas. So save big during their summer savings event. Schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/Trish. That's SONOBELLO.com/Trish. That's sonobello.com/Trish. It's the summertime. Who cares what other people think? But I care about what you think. Love your body. Feel confident. Check out our friends at Sono Bello today. Thank you, Sono Bello, for sponsoring today's episode. You gotta get your computer upgraded so you can edit on the spot. So you
I'll
can
bring
be
a
like-
nice laptop.
Yes.
I'll do
'Cause
that.
that would be so much fun. We gotta figure out how to do it. We'll put it out there. Pop Mart, send us to Japan. We'll go with all, is LABUBU Japanese? I don't know.
China, I believe.
I'll go there too.
Yeah.
Hong Kong, I think, specifically has Disneyland.
Yeah.
But it's a little different. Hong Kong, I think, is a little different than China. Someone was explaining
Yeah.
it to
Yeah,
me.
they are.
Yeah.
They're independent.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Stitch is really, really popular with kids. And then a lot of people are also worried that now kids that are like, they're going to learn about the story from this movie.
That's my biggest thing
and
too.
not from the actual original. So they'll see this first before
Yeah.
they even know.
Oh no, that is kind of
But-
sad actually. Especially the giving up. Like I have to now I have to like I don't want to just see the ending because it's like that's crazy how they would even frame it because they probably frame it as like a happy ending.
They do, yeah.
So how I can't even like fathom that. Like Lilo's just like, okay, does she get to bring Stitch with her wherever like with the government?
I don't know that part. I don't know.
Also, like, foster care is probably the worst thing you can do
Oh
for a child.
yeah, it's literally like they're framing it as like this good thing, and I think like she does stay with David and his grandmother, I think,
Okay.
but it's like it's not.
The government's like in control of you.
Yeah,
it's like
not a good system, and it's being framed as this like great thing. Also, like Lilo and Stitch, the original, has a lot of commentary about like tourism in Hawaii.
Oh, I don't know.
Lilo, there's like a cut scene where Lilo's walking down the street with Stitch, and a car full of white people just go, "Hey, which way to the beach?" Like, like they're just showing
really?
how like she's been made to feel like an outsider in her own home. The girl who bullies her, I think her name is Myrtle, a little white girl.
Oh, with the glasses.
Yeah,
Yes.
like it's she takes pictures of tourists, like the white tourists, because she's like, what is going on here? Like it's like has like a critical lens of like
Interesting.
how Hawaiian people don't really love the tourism industry, but
Yeah.
they kind of have to put up with it because it supports their economy. I'm sorry if I'm not like
No, it makes sense.
saying it correctly, but
well, no, you're right. I mean, I hear that even all the time, like going to Maui and stuff like that. It's like there is that conflicting. No, they love it because it brings money, but
Yeah.
do they like love it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if you're, there's a whole. I didn't know. Yeah, I haven't watched it in so long, but that's so interesting, especially in the cartoon back then, because if it's giving awareness to that,
Yeah.
it's good to know. But then like here, it's just that makes me so sad because Lilo and Stitch is like so. We do love it now. We got into it because we were thinking of the Elvis.
Yeah.
I don't think he loves Elvis though. I wonder if he loves Elvis in the new movie.
I think I haven't seen the movie, so I mostly was seeing like breakdowns from people on like TikTok and YouTube and stuff. But I think even like the whole scene where they're like learning to be like Elvis is gone.
Really?
Yeah, probably because of like copyright or something. I don't know.
Which is weird because they got it for the first.
Yeah.
But all right, well, it's a sad day for Stitch. I was the purple one. Is the little purple girl in it?
No,
She's
but
like a sequel or something.
yeah, probably. Although I don't know how they can do a sequel because like Jumba's not gonna be in it. Like,
oh, Nani's gone. She's
yeah.
abandoned. She said bye.
Yeah, because I also loved the Lilo and Stitch, the TV series on Disney Channel. That was like how I really got into Lilo and Stitch.
Oh.
Like saw the movie once, but like every freaking day on Disney Channel they would play an episode because like Stitch's Experiment 626. There's 1 to 625, all that. So like they have every episode is like an alien comes to Earth and then they have to find like a job. Like there's an alien that has long nails and it's ripping stuff up. And then there's a whole like the plot of the story is like they teach it to cut hair and like it integrates with the society and like they give it a job. And
oh my, you're like an expert, Lilo and Stitch. I didn't know this because you're like, no, I didn't see it. And I was like, okay, so I didn't think like you were into it, but you're so into it, you don't want to see it. That's why.
yeah, I think it's the first one of the live actions that like. And again, like I'm not like diehard. Like it's one of my favorite Disney movies for sure. But like,
you seem pretty knowledgeable of everything.
I think it's just because like nostalgia. I just like grew up with it.
Yeah.
Like my generation, it's definitely like one of the first Disney movies. Like a lot of people my age saw and like really connected with and stuff. And so it's the first one that I'm like, damn, the changes are really like. Kind of tone deaf, really.
It's so weird. And it's like, you think Disney would learn to get so much backlash from so many things. It's like, what did they not, like with the Snow White, with not having the, no dwarfs being dwarf, it's like, it's so odd. Like, what are they doing over there?
They just kind of don't care because, I mean, Lilo and Stitch, it made so much money. Like, it was breaking records almost.
Well, they're going to make 1.1 billion from the movie, but they're going to make 2.4 billion from the merch.
Yeah. Yeah.
From all the stuff they're selling around the movie.
So I kind of feel like they just don't really care. And I looked it up last night. I wrote it down. I believe like the critic score was like 69 and like the audience score was in the 90s. So like the average person seeing the movie probably just like, nuclear family that just like doesn't really
just
care.
wants something fun.
Yeah.
Little girl Stitch.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. Like it's kind of just like a babysitting tool for them.
Yeah.
Like they're probably going to take away from it that like nothing's weird. But I don't know. I kind of see, I really see animation as like art and like, yes, it's media, like target demographic is children, but if it's good, people of all ages can really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. But important messages for kids too.
Exactly. Exactly.
I didn't know about, what's his name? Pleakley? What is the one? Pleakley. I had no idea. So the pronouns?
He, him, but like Pleakley is an any all queen. I feel like whatever.
Loves little drag.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Like again, I haven't seen this in a while, but I like did not know that. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Pleakley, like Jumba and Pleakley go to Earth and they disguise each other as humans, or they disguise themselves. And like Jumba's just wearing like a Hawaiian t-shirt and like a sun hat, and Pleakley is like a bob and like a flower print dress, and it calls himself Aunt Pleakley.
Oh,
like,
I love. Okay.
And like in the animated series too, like Pleakley's got a different look every episode. Like she's turning the party.
Always a new wig.
Yes.
I love
very,
that.
Very Trishian in that way.
Yes. I'm like, do I look like Pleakley with my bob? he was ahead of his time with a bob. I love that.
So like, and we've seen like the just flagrant assault on queer expression and drag and trans issues, especially in the last couple months, but like, for the last few years. And it just feels like Disney's kind of like heeding to that. Yeah. Because they're like, well, conservatives are going to not care, I guess, if we're not woke, and no matter how woke we try to be, even though I don't know how hard they're actually trying.
Yeah.
People have issues with it, so who cares? Like,
My God, and we're all like pandering to that side now. It's like it's so scary.
It's very
like
scary.
awful.
Yeah.
With all the Tate McRae going with Morgan Wallen,
oh my God.
Carrie Underwood on American Idol. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening?
Gwen Stefani is also like weirdly religious now. Everyone's just like, okay,
God,
we're
no
gonna
way.
move on.
Is she doing Christian music? What is she doing?
I don't know. I don't really know exactly what she's doing, but I know, isn't she married to Blake Shelton?
Oh,
So,
enough said. Yeah,
and like
I forgot.
she posted something on TikTok recently that was very like about God and you know, not trying to cast everyone who believes in a higher power in the same boat, but like as a queer gay person, I can kind of like, it's almost like a little triggering to like hear that kind of dialogue. I'm like, okay, I kind of gonna just distance. But I don't really know much about Tate McRae. I don't even know if I've heard a single song.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like thinking about it.
I thought people loved me too. I was trying to get my Tate McRae era, and then I think I tweeted it, and everyone's like, "No," and I was like, "Oh my God, okay, what now?" You know what I mean? I don't know I never know who to go with. I'm always picking the wrong person. I'm always like, "This is the person." Like, no. Well, you know, I was like, "Oh, we gotta get a Cybertruck." Like last year, you know, I didn't even know about all this stuff, and I was like, "Okay, now when I see it, I was like, oh, you know what I mean?"
Yeah. Could have gotten the no Elon little sticker.
Did they put that on there?
Anyone who's still in their lease for a Tesla has a sticker that's like, I don't support Elon.
Lease
I'm
till.
just riding out this lease. We saw one yesterday while we were getting coffee.
Oh my God. Oh, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
good. Let people know so you don't get
cyber
attacked. Oh no. Well, we have Lilo and Stitch. What was our other one? There was another one. Oh, you did the Pop Mart. What are the hot topics we got going on?
I know you guys like to save big ones for the end.
What's your big ones for today? What do you think? Where's Spill Sesh app? I never forgot to. Where's my phone?
Shout out Spill Sesh.
Oh yeah.
I pre-game this podcast. I watched like 80 of your videos. So shout out Spill Sesh. I might even use your
Spill
clips for
Sesh.
B-roll. We're oomfies. Me and Spill Sesh.
I love
When I
her.
edited her episode, she followed me back. And
oh really?
Yeah, and she was at Trish. I was like, oh my God, I would have loved to see you.
She was at Trish, which is crazy. She did not ask me for tickets, did not ask for like to come backstage. I'm like, girl, I would have like hooked you up, but come back. Like I love her so much. And then when I saw her in the crowd, I was like, that's wild. I was like, you are VIP always. She is a rotating co-host.
She's very cool.
Oh my God, I love her.
like
And I get, you know what's so funny though, is a lot of times the stuff she talks about is like the Justin Bieber. Sometimes she doesn't do as well, although we did use Justin Bieber a lot. Well, we can use Justin Bieber again. He's a hot topic.
I'm gonna probably do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. Oscar usually does title and thumbnail, but when he's off, I'm like, I'll do it, so you don't have to take time out of your time off.
Yeah.
And I never know what to do.
I know, but Justin Bieber is a good one.
Yeah, he is one of my hot topics today.
For the SZA concert?
Yes. I guess we could just do that one because it's like kind of minor.
Yeah.
So yeah,
SZA and Kendrick Lamar. They were performing at, was it
Yeah,
Sophie?
I think they're touring together. I didn't know Kendrick was a part of this performance. I only saw SZA.
Yeah, I think so. I think our neighbors went. Also, shout out SeatGeek for sponsoring today's episode. They always say Kendrick Lamar and SZA, so I think they're together on this tour. You weren't there. You weren't at Sophie on Friday night. Was it Friday night in Los Angeles? This happened. Justin Bieber came out.
I think it was a few days ago.
This is the first time Justin Bieber's been out in how long on stage?
Oh, I don't know.
Are you not a believer?
I did not really listen to anything Justin Bieber growing up because closeted little gay boy. Oh. He was pretty, and I was kind of like, I can't.
Scared.
The butterflies I get in my stomach when I see him, I'm like, this is uncomfortable for me. Same with One Direction.
Wow.
Like, I remember my sister was into them, and she had a poster of all of them, and I saw like Zayn and Harry and all them, and I was just like, oh, they're cute. Like, I can't.
Wait, that's interesting. What was the I can't part of it? Because you weren't out or you didn't know yourself? You're like,
I think it was a little both. I was like afraid of those feelings that it was like conjuring. And then I was also like, I don't want to get called gay. Because like I would get called gay for breathing because I breathe gay. And
wow. And you're going to like in middle school in like what, the 2000s?
Yeah.
Like 2000.
And like that was the height of Hillary Duff. Don't say gay.
That's what I'm saying. I thought we were so
Diva, they said gay.
Really? Oh, that makes me so sad.
It's weird. I wasn't really picked on very much like from anyone in my actual class because I went to a Catholic school in the Bronx and it was the same group of 30 of us from pre-K 3, age 3, all the way to 8th grade. So like literally 11 years of the same kids.
Okay.
So like they're not really going to pick on you because, like, you see each other every day. You've been friends for a long time. So, you're, like, at most acquaintances with, like, a person that sits on the other side of the room from you. Like,
Okay.
So, but people in my neighborhood who like I saw on the weekends for like basketball or baseball, not the kindest. So I did get picked on by like people in the neighborhood and stuff for like being gay and stuff.
Was it? That's so interesting because you weren't like crushing on guys. So what was it? They thought maybe the way you looked or dressed.
the scent.
Oh no, that's so sad. Oh
I
my
definitely
God.
like I remember I got made fun of for like the way I laugh.
Oh.
Which now I feel like is like a hiring requirement. Like you can't work on Just Trish if you don't cackle.
I do love your energy because it's giving. When people don't laugh, I'm like, is it good? Are we not going? You know?
There were two girls sitting in front of me at Just Trish, and they were like, "We hope you enjoy the show." And my boyfriend was like, "He's gonna be cackling. Get ready." And at the end of the show, they were like, "We love your laugh."
No, it's laughing like that and the genuineness and the uniqueness of it is just like so contagious. I'm also very self-conscious about my like laugh in general. That's why I never usually like laugh out loud. I do more so now, but I used to never laugh out loud because people would always call me like loud and stuff like that because I used to laugh so loud as a kid. And like, you're so loud, like stop. And so like I'm always like self-conscious, but now I love it. I love a good laugh, but I'm still a little self-conscious to laugh because also I don't know what my laugh is. I steal people's laughs. Like I do feel like I laugh like Oscar sometimes now. I used to laugh like Holly Madison. Like I used to like steal people's like laughs because I like was so self-conscious about mine. So I'll probably start laughing like you, a little giggle after this.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. But Justin Bieber, your sister liked, and you were like, I can't like this.
I don't think my sister really like was
One
a
Direction.
fan. Yeah, she was more One Direction. But like most people like Justin Bieber, and I like Baby was very popular. I probably watched more Justin Bieber parodies on YouTube back in the day.
Bart Baker.
Not Bart Baker, but there was one, The Key of Awesome. Do you remember them?
Yes. Are they still around?
I don't know, but they had one with Justin Bieber. They did a few with Justin Bieber.
Like the real Justin Bieber?
No.
parody.
Like I think it was just a woman in a wig. But
Thought that was the impersonation. Poor Justin too, always having like people called him a lesbian with the haircut. Like they were
feel
so mean.
Not great about how society has treated him. It kind of is like how Britney was treated in the 2000s.
No, it's so sad to watch, and then like you see the outcome of it, and they still to this day like I feel for him. I feel for Hailey. Oh God, that's like so awful, so sad. But him and SZA did a song. They had a song together before.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the song. I should have wrote it down.
And he came and performed it with her, which is like a big deal.
Snooze is the song they.
Snooze, that's right, yeah.
Okay, facts over there.
Me on my
See?
alarm this morning.
That's her. It was her number.
That's Snooze.
I did not want to wake up late because I know you're very like about punctuality, and I've never been late before, so I don't know why.
I
like,
literally
I'm
said
worried
that to
about it.
Moses. I'm like, I feel like we're gonna start on time today. And honestly, I don't mind a little lateness, whatever, like anymore, because I'm at home. So I'm like, I could have a little snack, but I was like, I feel like we're gonna start on time today, which we love. You picked the earlier time. I was like, do you want 10 a.m. or do you want noon? And you said, I'll do 10 a.m. I was like, perfect, we'll do that. But because it's at my house, it's actually so easy to just be like, when people are late, I was like, all right, I'll just eat a snack or something.
But yeah, I set like 5 alarms this morning.
Oh my God.
8:05, 8:10, 8:15. Like I'm just like,
Oh.
because I know I'm gonna snooze the first 3.
Do you really? I'm someone who like gets up before I'm so scared, like I'm not gonna wake up. I get up before the alarm even goes off.
I turn them off in my sleep. It's so bad. I like start leaving my phone on the floor, so I have to like really reach to turn it off.
Physically get up. Yeah. So they performed Snooze at Sophie. Everyone kind of made a big deal of this because I guess it was the way it says it was like holding his face. I watched it and I was kind of like,
Well, no, not the way she was holding her face. The way he was acting. Like
what did he? He was just like kissing her hand. Gave a little kiss to the hand.
The way I saw it, he was just high out of his mind.
That's what I've seen. A lot of people like he was high. It kind of seems like SZA could tell that he was high and like kind of making sure he like was steady.
So he was. So
Allegedly
he
high.
came out.
Allegedly high.
Well, we need to allege this
Allegedly,
one.
that's Oscars here. Allegedly high.
This just shows for
He came out
entertainment
on
purposes
stage.
purposes only.
Put it on. Yes.
He came out on stage. He sang his part, the first part, but then you could see that he was really into it and in his own mind, and his eyes were closed. He wasn't even holding the microphone anymore at this point. He was just singing, and his eyes were closed. And then she saw that she needs to kind of bring him back to the world, so that's why she touched his face. And she kind of he kind of opened his eyes for a second and then closed them again, kissed her hand, all that. That's fine. But the way they exit the stage was actually going down.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
So they had a mark that they had to get to by a certain amount of time. And she was just doing the best she could to get him there. Because he was just like in his own mind. He was eyes closed, feeling the music. I mean, he was having a great time. He was...
So what if he was just high on the music?
You during Freaky.
Could be. Either way, you gotta find your mark. You gotta find your mark. The
Yeah.
stage is moving. Like you're in the wrong place. You're
Yeah.
gonna fall. You're gonna whatever. And this
But you
is
didn't
her.
fall.
This is her show.
Yeah.
You're a guest on her show.
That is
You gotta
true.
be at your best. You got to not embarrass her. You're there to help her, not to hype her. Not
I didn't
to,
think I did not even consider that part.
No,
'Cause I thought the big thing was about the kiss.
I thought so too. I thought,
And if,
That's
if
one of the
SZA
things.
is comfortable with it, then I don't see a problem. But if it was not something, because I thought it was like, oh, it's a duet. Like I thought it was like
the kiss on the mouth?
No, on the hand.
He was
Oh, okay,
kissing
yeah.
her hand.
So I thought like maybe it was planned. That's what I got. But I guess
None
clearly
of this,
not.
None of this was planned.
Wow,
None
okay.
of this. I mean, this is, you could see that she was struggling to just make sure that he's okay and gets to his point. At this point, you're not even singing at your best, because you're just making sure everything's fine.
How was he singing if he didn't have his microphone in his hand? How did you hear the singing?
Well, there was a
There's
backtrack.
a backtrack, yeah.
So when he first came out, he was holding the mic. Then he just forgot he even had a mic in his hand. So people were just upset that she had to deal with all that part of making sure he's fine, getting to his mark, not getting injured. Some people were upset about him. The kid didn't just give her one kiss. He was like repeatedly kissing her hand, and she kind of, diverted him. And some people don't like that. That a woman has to deal with that
That's
on
true.
stage.
Okay.
And then also she got closer. He hugged her, and she was doing her best just to keep him up. Awake.
You don't think that was like planned, the affection on stage?
No, which is fine. Like maybe they had something planned, but
Yeah.
none of that happened. Whatever happened was just at the moment and her trying her best to save the moment. in a
Wow.
way.
Yeah, I only saw one POV, so it made it look like it was
Same.
because it was for me.
I
it was
saw the
being,
longer
She was like
clip.
holding
Yeah.
his face, and he's like,
It seemed like the issue that people were having was like, oh, there was this connection on stage,
Yeah.
and Hailey's in the audience,
Right.
That's what
That's
I
what I
was.
thought it was, too.
That's what I thought. So it was like, oh, they like planned this thing, and was it inappropriate to do? But there's video that I will insert of Hailey like filming it, and if she is plucked, she's doing a good job hiding it because she looks like she's fine.
She's filming and
Yeah.
she's hyping them up.
I mean,
And
he
she
doesn't-
she also posted it. She said my two favorite
Wow, okay.
musicians.
he doesn't look to me that messed up. I only because last week again, and I hate to bring this up again, whatever about me, but in Sacramento, I was constipated. I had taken Miralax for a week, and I couldn't go to the bathroom for a week. And I feel like I was performing in that same capacity where I was like sweating, and then I threw up when I went off stage. So I was like, maybe I just thought constipation or something. I didn't think it was like drugs. I mean, that's why I told my audience. I had to tell them like, you guys, I haven't, I'm constipated, and because I didn't want them to think
The
that.
vulnerability that
Yeah.
the judges are looking for.
I mean,
Because
with
I didn't
him,
want them to because of this. Now people will speculate. And I was like, wow, I don't want people to speculate because I was like sweating.
Yeah.
I was like kind of hallucinating because I hadn't gone to the bathroom in like a week and I just had taken so much Miralax. And so I was like, I just have to let them know that if it's a high look, it's like high. So to me, it doesn't look that bad. Okay, all the stuff you're saying, if she's like not uncomfortable with the kiss, like of course that's a different thing. The going down off the stage, they were fine then? He was fine to get off the stage?
she pulled him. She dragged him to the spot, to the mark. She
That
kept
does suck
pointing,
then.
telling, like she was literally telling him, you need to be at this mark.
Wow. Yeah, that is really lame that she had to kind of coddle him.
Most likely it was an accident.
Yeah.
Like in the music, like people, they're backstage partying. It's normal. It's very normal. People are usually, a lot of people performing are high, usually on stuff that's much more, that's what I'm saying. He had a great time. Like this is, you're like up there, you're hearing the crowd, the music,
Yeah.
the lights. He was having a ball. But I think he probably just by accident went a bit too far.
Yeah.
And then
Well, I feel more bad for, I feel, well, like you said, bad for both, but if there is a problem. But maybe he just had, like you said, maybe he just had a good time. Too much of a good time
that's what I
backstage.
think. I think he just had a
Yeah.
great time.
Because he always seems like when I see him in stuff like the paparazzi videos, he seems like
Like it's not
coherent. He doesn't seem-
professional. It's not fair to her.
Yeah.
But that happens. I mean, it happens.
he also hasn't been on stage in a long time, so maybe he had like anxiety or something
Yeah,
like that.
could have
Because
been
he
that
has
too.
he hasn't performed. I'm a relatively new believer, but I don't think he's performed since the Purpose tour, which was like literally before COVID and stuff. So
Wow.
I think it's been a while. I think like even when he's been on the Jumbotron at games, I think he's just like uncomfortable sometimes with attention. And
Yeah.
then I would be the same way. Oh my God, if I had to perform a big thing, oh my God, I'd probably be like, I don't know.
I was nervous coming
listen
here.
up. You're like, what's in the Stanley? Like, you know what I mean? Like I would have to take something because
Yeah.
it is probably like a lot. And then Hailey, of course, gets So I thought it was about the Hailey not liking it.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
too.
so
I
then-
didn't even realize that it could have been not planned. Like,
Yeah.
because I only saw the one video, so I fully thought it was like, oh, they had this little moment, and like, was it rude to do it in front of Hailey? And now it's like, oh, it's like a
totally different
three-sided
thing.
issue now.
Yeah.
That it's like, well,
Which it just sucks to be Hailey. It would just suck to like always hear that your husband's not into you, because there's like so many edits now of like he hates her, all this stuff like that, like him walking in front of her,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, you know, he is like super famous for the fact that he has to like run in and dodge things, and it's like, it just sucks. Like when we first started dating, people were like, oh, he's like not into her. Like people would always say about anyone I dated, oh, you can tell
Yeah.
he hates her. Like also, it's just like the worst thing to hear. And then you're like married with this person, have a baby, and you still have to hear it all the time. And you could do so many posts, and people will still analyze all the posts. Like they're not into each other, they're not this. And like you said, she was filming him, and people still were like disrespectful to her. I'm like, she looked fine.
Yeah.
Because she knows he's like a performer.
it's like it. I think it's impressive on her end to be so secure with
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
It's like, because she probably knows that that's not real. Like it's a
course.
performance. It's for the song, you know. Like
yeah.
people do romantic duets that are not like in a relationship all the time. Like that's just part of the industry. So I think
Yes.
she's aware of that. She's not as like, you know, she's a grown woman.
Yes.
She's strong.
Also, who do you think had to take care of him after that?
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
true,
mean. The
too.
guy is like out of his mind. Somebody has
Yeah.
to take him home and make sure he's fine and safe and all that. And she's the one doing all that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like all that stuff. Yeah, it's a lot. I love Justin Bieber. I have hope. I think he'll have like a good comeback. You know what I mean? I think, but yeah, struggling with anything's hard. Also,
He's
all
working on new music. I mean,
Oh, he is. I didn't
You
know
know
that.
that? How do you know that?
that's
He's
what
locked
I
in.
read.
He's on Justin Bieber TikTok. He's like, they've been saying him and Hillary Duff cooking in the studio. I love
but
to
how
see it.
is-
yes,
Hillary
I did
Duff
hear
is
about
coming
that.
back. Her husband shared that. I was
my
so
God.
excited.
Have you ever seen that? I think it was the Today Show where she's doing the
ding,
dun,
ding,
dun,
ding,
dun,
ding,
dun,
ding,
dun,
ding.
dun,
I
with
love it.
love, and she
Yes.
gives literally nothing.
I
It's
love
so
it.
nothing that it's everything.
That's me on the Eras tour.
Please,
Ding, ding, ding.
please do it. Please, please, please,
I
please.
should try to put that little in the mix at Pride. I'll just start doing a little dance
It's
break
so good.
for
People
it.
will get it. People will know, and I'll do the side by side. I'll edit
Oh
the
my
side
god,
by
that
side.
would be so good. I wonder if we could switch it out. There has to be some music in there. Maybe during the bubbly dance break, I can try and incorporate it or something.
Yes.
That'd be so good. No, Hillary Duff was an icon. I'm surprised you like Hillary Duff because she's a little bit like a different generation.
Yeah, I knew of her. I didn't really watch much Lizzie McGuire, but like
Yeah, definitely not.
because it was like born in '97, had any sentience post like 2000. So like I don't really remember like Lizzie McGuire, even Stevens.
Yeah, that was way
I
before you.
remember like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, a little bit of That's So Raven because it was still going on when
Yeah.
I was younger. Hannah Montana though was like the big one.
That's the generation
That's
gap.
my Lizzie McGuire.
That's how I feel. So some people love Miley. And I feel like Tana, all these people, but like y'all are the same age. It's like a whole decade behind
Yeah.
me, and it is crazy how a decade is. That's why with age gap relationships, I'm always such a big like. It's so weird to me because there is that decade that's like you. It's just such a difference. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Miley to me, I like her, but there's no impact that she had in my life. I was like, I don't know, like kind of like Justin Bieber. I'm a little to the train because like Justin
Yeah.
Bieber came and I was like, I don't know, it's this little kid. Like, what am I gonna like watch?
Yeah.
But Miley Cyrus is reunited though. She's back with her dad now. She's back on Team Billy
Yeah, I
Ray.
think so
Who's he's dating? Elizabeth Hurley. Do you know her?
no.
Oh my
Oh, really?
gosh. Yes. Billy Ray Cyrus and Elizabeth Hurley. She's from the original Austin Powers. She dated
my
Hugh
God.
Jackman. Like she's beautiful.
Hugh
She's like
Grant.
Huh? What?
No? Not Hugh Grant?
She did date Hugh Grant, yeah. When he had that scandal with the prostitute.
You said she dated Hugh Jackman.
Oh, thank you. Hugh Grant. Yes. Thank you. I was like, yes, she did date Hugh Grant. Yes, thank you. Hugh Grant. She's dating Billy Ray Cyrus now. I was
Wow.
like, and Billy Ray Cyrus. Yeah. But I know it's a whole thing now because I think people are like, wait, Miley was never like on her dad's side, but now she's like hanging out with him again.
Yeah, I think there was like a drama that like her mom unfollowed her, but it
Yeah.
was like a glitch.
Oh, do you believe in those Instagram glitches?
I don't know.
Has it happened to you?
I've never accidentally like unfollowed somebody, but I have accidentally followed people. I've accidentally reposted things like on TikTok
Really?
because like I'll just be like swiping, but my thumb will hit the like 3 people you follow reposted. If you just tap it, I think they've changed it since then. But
On
like,
TikTok.
Yeah, but it used to just be like if you click that, it automatically reposts for you. So I've just reposted like random like people dancing that I just scrolled past.
That's so funny. And how do you know you did it?
Because it'll say like reposted. I'm like, nope. And I go back up and I undo it. Yeah.
Ooh, TikTok is scary. Even the like button is like so scary to hit.
Well, shout out GOTTMIK from RuPaul's Drag Race.
You love GOTTMIK.
Big fan.
Yes.
The edit I did of the fupa, GOTTMIK liked it, and I got the notification because I am tagged in the post, so I screenshot it. So shout out
GOTTMIK.
I guess friend of the pod.
Yes, I want him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like everything iconic in every way. Love the book. Did you ever read the book with Gigi?
No, I haven't.
So good. Oh my god, no,
I remember they were advertising it on the subway in New York. There was like ads on the subway. I was just like, okay,
that's crazy.
That was cool.
I guess you're with a publisher. They probably do all that because I always see those. And I'm like, that's pretty impressive.
I need to read more books.
You're not a book reader?
I want to be. I have like a little collection. I do love like a graphic novel. I've read a couple like Scott Pilgrim and
you love Scott Pilgrim. That also seems like above your generation.
Oh, I
Is it your generation? No, it's just
a little bit. I think like definitely like I'm the probably youngest maybe of people like that got into it back in the day, but like loved the movie.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Was it Michael Cera?
Yeah. It's a stacked cast. It's like Chris Evans, Brie Larson, Aubrey Plaza.
Wait, really?
Anna Kendrick is in it. It's
What year is that? Like 2014?
2011 or 12, I think. But yeah, the comics. I read the comics in middle school. Then the movie came out. There's a video game. They came out with a new Netflix animated series like 2 years ago. I loved that.
That's so funny.
Love
I guess
Scott
that
Pilgrim.
seems like you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't care for the movie. Maybe it wasn't for me. Maybe I'm not the.
I definitely think that the movie of all the like different Scott Pilgrim like things is definitely like lower on the list of like
Okay, so you agree?
favorites, but like it's still iconic. It's very
I
cool.
love Edgar Wright, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna like love this movie because I really did love like everything he's done before that. And then when I saw that, I was kind of like, I don't know. But it's so different than the movies he did before, like all the what was it, like Hot Fuzz and those movies I used to watch, and I was like, I loved it, but it was not my favorite. I didn't meet him. I used to stand in line for him. When I do like meet and greets, I always think about who I stood in line for, and I remember standing in line for Edgar Wright.
I love that you did that. Like that's so funny to me.
I need to find that photo because I'm like with him, and it's very odd. And I stood in line for like 3 hours. I think I stood in line even for Kevin Smith. We talked about that on George Skate last time. How I thought I looked like him. I think I stood in line to see him. I'm like,
I only know him. I've never seen anything he's made.
What?
The only thing I know him from is Degrassi.
what?
I guess he was like. There was an episode in like the early Degrassi seasons, which like I've seen almost all of Degrassi from like season 1 to like whenever Holly J left. Like that is like when I tapped out. I was like, okay, the OG generation's like gone.
Okay, how many seasons? Like 10 seasons? Or talking?
Like probably like 13 at least.
Wow.
But yeah, in like middle Degrassi, like I guess he was like, we're filming a movie here at Degrassi High because I think he's Canadian. So
Kevin Smith, he might be, maybe.
But yeah, that's how I learned who this guy was. So
Wait, but like he was on Degrassi saying he's filming a movie?
Yeah, he's playing himself, and they're like, we're filming a movie at the school. Who wants to be in it? I'm pretty sure that was the plot.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Was it just like one line like that, or he was?
He had a couple of lines. He was like he was heavily featured in the episode.
And you're like, who is this? You thought he was like...
I literally like, who is this? So then like when I started to see him like in stuff, I was like, oh my god, Kevin James from Degrassi. Or Kevin Smith.
I know, I was like, wait, Kevin James.
Love Kevin
but then
James.
I just said Hugh Grant, so I was like, I'm like Hugh Jackman, Hugh Grant. Kevin Smith. Okay, I guess.
Love Kevin James.
You like Kevin James?
Oh, he's so handsome.
I stop it.
I feel it. I feel in the UPS uniform with the little shorts.
God, you are literally my mom. Like you are the middle-aged woman that you were talking about earlier.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. Okay.
No,
whatever floats your boat.
The gays out there.
Like Kevin James. No.
Maybe not all of them, but like there's a lot of them. If you feel me, you feel me.
Give me one gay out there that's like Kevin James is hot. If there's
My
one
boyfriend.
person. He thinks so too?
We both watch King of Queens and we're like, oh my god, Leah Remini's so hot. She's so funny. And then we're like, Kevin James, he's so funny.
God.
He's so hot.
Here I always thought I was a gay man, but maybe I'm not because I do not get it. That's so crazy. That's so wild. I would be more Kevin Smith. I'd be like, no, he's kind of hot. Yeah, he has a swag to him for sure. Mm-hmm. He lost a bunch of weight though. It is crazy when people lose. Again, I love that everyone loses weight for their health or whatever, but they do change a little bit. I do think, I don't know if it's like, I don't know who's on Ozempic, who's not, but sometimes they say Ozempic and Mounjaro like changes your mind, the way you like feel about food. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if it changes like your personality too, because sometimes when people get really skinny, it's like their personality changes, and not like in a negative way. Like Jonah Hill's the one I think of, where like he always seemed super like in interviews early on, he always seemed like very sweet and nice, and then like once he got skinny, he started getting really like angry and mean.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what happens there?
I feel like he's done some stuff where he's like kind of said some nasty things lately, and I was feeling bad for him for a while because like there would be compilations of like people just fat shaming him mid interview on like the Tonight Show and like all these, and like he just is like, what the hell? Like he's on a press junket. So I felt bad for him, and like obviously you could still feel bad for him despite whatever. I don't really know exactly what he's said and done, but I know that people are like, he's kind of not a great guy.
Yeah, but I feel like that changed. I don't know, maybe once again, maybe it's the way media treated him or something like that, because he like changed so much. It's like he used to seem like such a happy-go-lucky guy.
Because I think you treat something that's partly psychological, spiritual with something that's more material. Like you're not addressing the issues.
I get that.
I think, if anything, it pushes people even further.
I feel like maybe doing Ozempic with like therapy could probably, because it's probably it's such a dramatic physical change. I can't imagine how that affects you mentally.
I always think about that, like just dropping a ton of weight. I always think about that in general. Like a lot of influencers too have dropped a ton of weight. Like I think of Remy Jo Bader, I think of Fanita, and I always think, and you see like their psyche or even their personality change, not like in a mean way, not in a bad way, just in a very different way. Where at the beginning they were just like so like lighthearted, happy, funny, and then you can just see the way people talk about them, good or bad, is like affecting them, and it makes me so sad. And they do the best they can, but I couldn't imagine either. Like all of a sudden you lose weight. There's probably so many things like in your head thinking like, oh, so people do treat me better. Like it's a double-edged sword. It's like, oh, this is better because people treat me better, but like why wasn't I good enough when I was bigger? But also, oh, I was supposed to get all the success when I'm skinny, but also I'm not getting the success I thought I was going to get because I was skinny, or I don't know, there's all these different things. Or, oh, everyone's going to be excited because some people lose weight and everyone cheers, and then other people lose weight and everyone's like, liar, didn't tell us, cheater, like all this stuff. It's like such a crazy thing. So I don't know if I would handle that either. I don't know. Kudos to everyone who does it, but yeah, it is always like, oh, she's too fat, and then she loses weight. Oh, she's skinny, doesn't look good, or she like looks gaunt. She looks this. It's like,
because it seems like the body also doesn't react too well to it happening fast.
Yeah,
like people losing hair, teeth, eyes. I don't know what. Like people are just, and your body doesn't have time to adjust. So suddenly you just look like the gun. Like you just look.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's slow and steady.
Did you ever get in the diet fads back in the day?
No.
That's good. How did you escape that?
I grew up really thin.
Oh, so you never had issues?
Yeah, but it's obviously like not the same struggle, but I definitely like had a lot of body image issues because I was a lot thinner. Like
interesting.
Yeah, like in high school, I remember this guy came up one time. I was just sitting there with my friends, and he like squeezed my arm. He was like, just as I thought, nothing there. And I was just, and it was like mortifying.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So I started like going to the gym and lifting weights and like bulking up.
Yeah, you're so like beefy now. You go to the gym. You have the So was it because you felt like skinny was bad?
I guess I just didn't like how I looked. Like I didn't feel confident, I guess. So I started putting on weight for that reason. And I mean, I definitely noticed like a shift in attention that I got for sure, especially from like gay men.
Oh, interesting.
Once I started like going to the gym and like posting a post-gym like little selfie or something like that.
They like thicker.
I think they just like
big.
More traditional, like conventionally attractive, I guess, like body. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But the lesbians, they've been there from every era. So
yeah,
ride or die.
Lesbians
love
always
the lesbian wetsies.
Honestly, lesbian wetsies. We love them too. No, that's my goal, is just to have an all lesbian audience, and that's it. That's all I want. That would be. Maybe I'll go host lesbian night. I always get asked for like gay nights down in WeHo, but I'm like, maybe if there was like a lesbian night.
That'd be fierce. There's not a lot of spaces for lesbians, unfortunately. Like
in media or in the world?
In general, like in everything, but especially like bars. Like there's like very few lesbian bars.
Oh yeah, they only have like lesbian nights.
Yeah, like like gay bars in general are also like kind of dying. Like it because people are just not going out and socializing in that same way, and it's really tough for like drag queens who perform at these bars.
Yeah.
But like I think there might even be like less than 10 lesbian bars in the entire United States.
That is wild.
Yeah,
that is crazy. Yeah.
My aunt is a lesbian, and she was like a second mother to me growing up. Like she was very integral in my life. Weirdly, was afraid to come out to her, like because
really,
I don't even know why. I think it was because it was like it was just a secret. Like I don't want to tell anybody. Like it's just hard to even say the words. But
when did you come out?
I was 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Which is like both young and late. Like
right. Because people are like 14 now coming out.
Yeah, which is
13.
amazing.
Yeah.
I think I went to an all-boys Catholic high school, so I think that was part of the reason why I didn't. Because I like saw how some of the even more like effeminate, flamboyant guys in my class would get bullied. So I was like, I'm barely going to talk to anybody during the day besides my friends, because like I don't need to invite that into my space. But
I think even like younger generation, I know someone who has like a son, and they don't know his sexuality or his gender identity or anything like that. They just kind of he's just him, like, you know what I mean? And I think that's so interesting too, how it's like maybe they won't come a day where you have to like come out necessarily. People are just like, whatever, you know, whatever you like is, because it is a crazy thing to have to say your sexuality to someone. Like, I am gay. It's like, that's such a weird thing. You should just be, I don't know. Or even that it's different. But I think Generation Beta, I think it won't be like that, where because they'll just see it so much everywhere, you know, same-sex parents, all this stuff like that, where it's just like not even a thing. It's just like, oh.
I get afraid that like the algorithms that they're all just like so locked into are gonna make them like super conservative, traditional like mindset. Because like I saw recently on some like late night show, they like signed up for TikTok as like a high school boy. And within 30 minutes, they were being fed like misogynistic stuff on their algorithm.
Oh my God, that's so
and
scary.
It's really scary.
I know. Like, what do you do to stop it? Like, that's like the worst thing is like, I hate hearing about stuff. Like, a lot of people don't watch stuff because I just feel so helpless, because I feel like, what can we do? Yeah. That's what I always ask about that stuff. Even like that kind of thing is like, what do you do to stop it? Yeah. You like can't.
I don't even have an answer for that. I just know it's happening, and then it keeps me awake.
Yeah, so, terrifying. Yeah, you're talking about being close with your niece. Do you ever get like the baby fever, the itch? Do you think you'll have kids? I mean, you're so young now, but
yeah, I definitely it's something I'm like, I'll think about it again when I'm in my mid 30s. I think, because I think that's when my parents had me and my sister. Really? Yeah, my mom. I know she was 35 when she had my sister. So yeah, 33 when she had me.
Wow. Yeah, I'm 30. What am I? 37. 37, about to have my third baby. Yeah.
I think that's a good age, because like you really, not to shame young mothers or fathers or anything like that, because like I know plenty and they have amazing kids. But I know for me personally, like I couldn't imagine even now like having a child, because it's like it's so much to financially support them, and I can barely remember to eat myself, like with my ADHD and everything. So like it's that, but then it's also like, I don't know, you spend a lot of your time in your 20s like figuring out who you are and all that, and it's probably really difficult to do that with a child.
Oh, I applaud people in their 20s doing it, because that's so wild to have to like think of someone else, because it is your whole and it's your whole life. So when you have a kid, so having a kid at 20, which is I always wanted to be a mom from like 23. I think I was like trying and stuff like that, but I couldn't even imagine, because like it does become your whole life being a parent. So it's like you really do have to give up your life. And yes, it's like 18 years, and like, but I think because we were both older, it was kind of like we lived our lives, where I was like, there is something in you in your like mid 30s, late 30s, not everyone, but for a lot of people where it's just like, it just seems like the next step. You're like, I've lived my life. What's next? You know what I mean? So, but you're so good with kids, so that's why I wondered. You said that your niece,
I love. I don't really feel the calling at all to have my own children, but I do love kids. I think they're hilarious and so creative, and it's so fun. And I feel more confident like when I'm at a social setting and there's a kid there, I'm like, let's like play pretend. Like we're all sitting at the table, and I'm like playing the dolls with them and playing LABUBU, because like
you are like a kid, like the Nintendo.
Yeah, like it's like all I got to do is focus on the scene that we're building. Like I don't have to really like think about the
social aspect anywhere else.
So I'm just kind of like, okay, I'll do the babysitting so like the mom can get a break. And
that's a beautiful thing though too. I think that's like so beautiful. I was never connected to kids. For some reason I always wanted to be a mom, but like kids I was never connected to at first. But obviously now with kids it's like fun, because we had a birthday party full of kids like on Saturday, and I was like, it's so different how like it like changes you and all that stuff. But we were talking about something way before that. Being gay as
having
kids.
Queer kids.
Lesbians were.
Lesbians.
Lesbians. Okay. Well,
that's to add on to that. I really valued so much having my gay aunt, who does not have children, being like a secondary parent support system for me, especially in my teen years. My dad's ex-wife was incredibly abusive. My mom passed away when I was 11. Like, so it was like years and years and years of just like horrible things happening. So it was really great for me to have someone outside of my home with no kids of their own that was like an escape support system. Not that I think that like anyone in like Dallas's niece and nephew, my sister, if she ever
Yeah.
has kids, are gonna have that same situation.
Yeah.
But you know, I
Oh.
know how much it helped me to like be able to get on a train, go up to Connecticut, and like spend the weekend
Oh my
away from
gosh.
it all. Like it. So I'm like, I want to have the time to do that for my niece and nephews and stuff.
Honestly, yeah, like the outside help of the family makes like such a difference. Oh my God, so losing your mom at that age, did that like,
Yeah, she was 35 when she was pregnant with my sister, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I think she was getting chemo while she was pregnant. Yeah. Most of my mom
What?
growing up, she did not have hair. She was wearing a bandana. Yeah.
oh my God, how old was she when she passed?
Oh God. It's in early 40s, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
Oh
was
my God.
11, so that 35, I was 2. It's like 9 years later, I think.
And you remember
Yeah.
her doing, oh my God.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, it was like 5 days before Christmas, and she was in the hospital for a few months. And I was like so excited for her to come home, and they kind of didn't tell us that like she was gonna pass away.
Oh my gosh. Oh
So
my
like
gosh.
I was excited for her to walk through the door, and it was like nurses carrying her, and yeah, it was.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like.
No,
I
that
kind of
would be-
forget that like it's like because it's so long ago for me that
yeah.
it's like kind of a trauma dump, but.
Oh my God. No, that's literally.
Yeah, and they were
I
like,
didn't
yeah,
know that.
they were like, she'll make it to Christmas, and
Oh my gosh.
they gave they said she had like 5 days, and she had like 7 hours or something. It was rough.
Do you still like have you gone to therapy for it?
Yeah, not as soon as I probably should have.
Yeah.
But
Oh my gosh. I like as a parent, that's like my biggest fear. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's so sad.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. And
It
so
was
then
pretty
you
tough.
would have your aunt you'd go see because you were in New
Yeah,
York.
it
and
was
then-
that was my mom's sister, and like they were tight. Like they were like a year or two apart. So yeah, very tight. And you know, she had a lot of her friends from like childhood like still in her life, and they all had
my
kids around the same
God.
time. So they called themselves the Schoolyard Girls, and so like they were a really great support system for me and my sister. But then yeah, my dad started dating again, and I was always okay with it, but just wasn't the right person, and she really did not like my sister and I. Kind of narcissistic, a lot of other like mental problems that she was not taken care of, and it was like really bad. Like
oh my God.
she would like scratch my mom's face out of photos and mine. That's like the only thing I really feel comfortable like sharing.
Yeah,
like
yeah, no,
paints
of
enough of a
course.
picture, but like just like 7 or 8 years of like constant verbal abuse and
Oh.
stuff. I developed vitiligo, of autoimmune disease from the stress, and
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. And they're divorced now.
Yeah, they got divorced in like
Oh.
2017. He remarried last year to a beautiful, wonderful woman.
Oh,
I spoke
good.
at their wedding. I love her so much.
Oh
She's
my
amazing. Shout out
gosh.
Tonka.
That's her name. I love that name.
Yeah, I think she's from Montenegro, I believe.
Pretty. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
she's the coolest. She's
Love
so
it.
cool. She has 2 great kids.
Oh.
I'm excited to see them. We're going to Lake Tahoe in July.
Oh my God. Okay, so there was like a happy ending.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it was really rough for a while, for sure.
Oh.
And I kind of
And
just
your
like,
kids, you're helpless. You can't like
Yeah.
move out of the house. You can't go to mom. You know, like that's.
yeah. Yeah,
Holy
she moved in pretty
cow.
quickly too, and it was just like hell. It was like I kind of didn't process how bad it was for the first few years, and then like as I like got in my like mid to late teens, like I'm starting to have a lot of awareness of like this is not normal. This is like really insane, and you know it's.
What
but,
was your escape? Like, what did you do?
I did YouTube. Yeah.
Back then?
Yeah, I started doing YouTube in 2007. I started making videos about Webkins.
Are they still
And-
up?
No, unfortunately, I deleted them. But the remnant of that era is I made, because I thought people would not call me gay if I had a fangirl that was in love with me.
I'm dead.
So I made up Webkins Pet 97 Lover, and that account is still up.
That's your girlfriend?
that wasn't my girlfriend.
that's
It was
your
just this girl who was
fangirl.
obsessed with me.
And what would she say?
She just would leave comments like, love him, Jimmy's the coolest.
Oh my-
And I was like, I'm not gay, this girl's obsessed with me.
What a funny. I would think like make up a girlfriend, but you're like,
I
let
know.
me make up a
Because I
fan.
was like, well, I'm not actually into girls, but like I need to show that girls could possibly like me.
Oh
Like, why
my
would a girl like me
God.
if I was gay, you know?
Oh, that's so funny.
So I started making those, and then I made videos about Sonic, and I made like stop motion
Oh my
animation
God,
videos.
back then?
Yeah, and I would review
Aw.
toys, and then I shifted to making like the videos that are still up now about like Pokemon and other like video games, and I would just review them, and I did that for a really long time, and then I kind of stopped because my mental health was really bad in like 2020. I know 2019 is not great for you. 2018 is mine.
Was those years where
the hotlines, I had them on speed dial.
And it helped you.
Yeah. I one time they did put me on hold. I was like, diva.
Were you like, I'm about to end it, like, hold for 5 minutes?
There was one time where the first time I called, they were like, what's your name? I was like, Jimmy. And they said, Chimmy. Oh. And I was just like...
Jimmy's like a very common name to like...
Diva. If it was Chimmy, I'd have called years ago. Like...
Chimmy.
Like, that's crazy.
Oh, and they put you on hold. How long?
Like 5 minutes. But, it was good.
Oh, no.
I'm very fortunate I never made, like, plans. It was more just, like... I was having anxiety attacks that were, like, really, really hard to deal with. And, I couldn't think of anything else. And... because of my OCD, so I needed to call someone to talk to on the phone.
That's amazing that you were able to do that, because so many people like won't reach out for help.
Yeah.
So.
And in my senior year of high school, we had a social worker like in school, and she like the beginning of the year every year, she would like say like, here's an anonymous form. You don't have to come up to me and tell me if you want to see. Like, you just fill it out, you check yes or no, and you write your homeroom, and then like send a slip, and it'll look like any other guidance slip for college counseling and stuff like that. And yeah, she was amazing, and that was like a really great support system for me in senior year when I finally like was speaking to her to just talk about like my home life, because it was just like getting really turbulent at that point.
Of course, and if you have no one to talk about it with, then that's the most terrifying thing. Yeah, as a kid, is like having nowhere to go, having no one to talk to.
Yeah,
I think that's like always the best piece of advice I could give people is like reach out like to someone. Yeah. I mean, just even talking about it, even if it's a hotline, even something like sometimes just talking or like letting it out like helps.
And I was really afraid to call those hotlines, because I was like, oh my God, like I don't want them to like trace my number and show up with an ambulance, because I'm like, it's not at that point, but I just needed to talk to somebody. And like, if you communicate that, like they will understand, and that like you can call for like even the most minor thing. Like if you get triggered by something, like you can talk to somebody.
And how would you find the hotlines back then?
I think if you just Google like
you had Google.
hotline, it's like the first result. I'll like put it on screen and stuff.
Yeah, back then I didn't have Google or anything, so I was like, I remember being like so trying to find where to get help and stuff like that. And it was like, I remember I like called 911 a couple times because I was just like, I need someone to talk to. And but back then they would. Yeah, they'd bring like an ambulance to your house, because they would but it's good now. Yeah, with all the hotline work and stuff, it's amazing. Well, I'm glad I helped you. Like, it's cool to like meet someone that like, and also you're just so well adjusted now. Like all that stuff, like I would have no idea about you.
Yeah, I kind of like, I was talking about this on my stream like 2 days ago as I'm drawing like a LABUBU holding a knife, and I'm like trauma dumping. I'm like, yeah, like I would rather relive like a day during like my child abuse versus like a day in 2018 where like it was all in my brain, because at least like with that it was like external. I could like leave the house. I was like crazy, but like because
in
like
your brain is you're like a prisoner in there.
Yeah, because it's like I'd rather like the problem is external and I can just like lock my door and like play video games or something. Like, as horrible as that was, and like caused the eventual like kind of like mental breakdown that I had, I'd much rather that than live a day in my mind. But when you were mentioning journaling, I used to journal every day too, and I filled out an entire like 300-page journal in a month one time, because it was just like really crazy. And like I have not needed to journal in a few years because things have been good, and if I like need to talk to someone, I talk to my boyfriend about stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I could ever. I like thought about burning them, because I'm like, I don't want to. But I think it's important to keep them.
It's
for sure.
important. I mean, even just finding them in the garage yesterday, I was just like, not only was like so many emotions came back, but like I was just so grateful for him. And now I was like, oh my God, I was like really sad. Like literally, I was like, I will give anything to find love. I will give anything to. So it's like kind of those reminders of like how far you've come. Because it can happen still when you're happy, like depression. Yeah. So when that happens, I try to reread that stuff for me to be like, okay, look how far you've come, because it's not easy surviving. I always tell people that too. It's like just surviving in this world, like a day to day is a struggle. And if you can make it through the day, that's like a big accomplishment. It's one of my favorite things at meet and greets too, is like people have great jobs. They're like lawyers, or they're going to school, or they're medical. But I also love the people who are like just trying to live life, just trying to survive. I came to this show to like help me like, feel happy for a day. So I was like, that makes me proud too when people can just like make it through the day, because that's
making
hard.
It through a day, especially when you're going through it. That's a victory in itself, because it's hard. Like I used to sleep like all day. Like I would like just like barely eat, so I was just tired.
Yeah.
And then I started having anxiety attacks in my sleep, and that was when I was like, okay, I need to talk to a therapist. Like, started anti-anxiety medication and stuff like that, and that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Really helped me out.
Yeah, medication can be wonderful, and
Yeah.
talking to someone can be wonderful. I did not know that. You're so bubbly and like lighthearted. Like I would never have any clue. And now being with Dallas, you probably just like feel a sense of security that you have that you didn't have as a child.
Absolutely.
Which heals can heal so much. They always say people like a relationship can't heal you, but
Yeah.
sometimes it can help because I just wanted stability, and so like having like a stable relationship, I feel really has like at least helped me mentally be like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm okay.
absolutely. Yeah. And I'm also like, you know, it sucks to have gone through that. If I could change it, I probably would.
Of course,
just because it's like,
course.
it sucks.
Abuse, yeah.
But, you know, it really helped me like learn how the world works very young and kind of like develop a sense of self and like what I want in life very young. So I kind of didn't like have a sort of like quarter life crisis at like 25, like a lot of people do. Like,
Yeah.
Because I kind of just like, been through a lot of the worst that could happen, so it kind of made me.
You went through it so young too, and like losing a parent at like 11, where you also remember it. I think it's awful when they're really young and can't remember it, but remembering all that too is like, I cannot even imagine that at all. So
yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. I like I had to go to school for this like class Christmas party, and like everyone's kind of like looking at me because they all know, because like it's a very close knit neighborhood. All the parents tell each other. So everybody's kind of like looking and like not sure what to say. My teacher, she passed away a few years ago, but we had her for like 4 years in a row. And her grandson was my class. She was so cool, like hard teacher, but like she taught you good stuff. She was a really cool woman. She taught my dad. Like it was crazy. So and like she offered to like drive anyone from my class to the funeral and wake.
Wow.
And, and it was really cool seeing how many people like my mom connected with and stuff, because like we had like 5 wakes, and each time the line was like down the block. Like it was like people she knew from childhood, people who she worked with. Like, it was a lot of people.
Yeah,
it was really so like when I like really reflect on that now as an adult, I'm like, wow, that's so cool.
all the people she impacted
came
out. Yeah. But what were you gonna say? You said it sucks.
It just sucks like as an adult, like you definitely, there's new things that develop that you're like, oh, that's sad. Like when I'm with Dallas's family and I'm with his mom and I get to see like the friendship he has with her now that they're both adults, like I get sad I don't have that. So like it doesn't get easier. It doesn't get better, but it does get easier, I think, is what it is. Like you just kind of process it differently, compartmentalize, and there are some things that like trigger me, but I you know,
you can recognize it.
Yeah.
And like kind of get a handle on it. I don't know anything about grief. Like that is one thing that I'm like, oh, I don't know how people navigate it.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's a very weird feeling, especially so young. But yeah, Mother's Day sometimes falls on my birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Which is crazy.
Oh no,
it's like a little sick joke.
Oh.
I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I know. Those kind of days. Yeah, that's really hard. I can't imagine.
Yeah, but you know, somehow like I still love like Christmas time and everything. Like I never let that like cloud it, because like we found ways to make it cute and honor her and stuff. Yeah, I think one of the like the Gaga night I think is on her birthday, which is pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, are you so excited?
I'm very excited. I'm like gagging about it all the time.
Gosh.
Every time I think about it, I'm like, oh.
Yay!
So thank you for that.
Well, Japan's next.
Okay, cool, perfect.
I'm always like, what can be next? We'll go there.
I'll make a travel playlist of all the things we want to do.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's gonna be so fun. Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for sharing all that.
Thank you for letting me talk about it. I hate that I feel like I kind of brought down the mood a little bit.
No. First of all, I love talking. I love when people talk about that stuff. I think it's like good. It's helpful for people who listen to. You could do a whole. People. I have so many questions because there's so much like advice from people who've gone through that stuff that I'm like, what's your advice? How do you pivot? How do you keep living through something like that? You know, there's just like an endless. I'm curious about all that. I think it's so, and that you talk about it. It's hard. I don't know. There's so many things that I like don't want to talk about, especially step parent stuff where I'm just like, I could just talk about it so much. But
I didn't talk about it when it was happening ever, because it was just like it was too much. But like now that it's over, and like my dad and I have like really reconciled about it like in the last few years, and so like I feel like I've been able to move on from that part of my life. But it was crazy. It was really crazy.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Yeah.
Can't even fathom. Can't even imagine. I know. How do we even
Jojo Siwa.
transition?
You always need palate cleanser.
Oh my god.
So
Little kitty.
Timothy Chalamet has a new cat.
Ooh.
And
You
what's
know
the
this
cat's
kind?
name?
It's a
I know
Scottish,
Timothy.
the Scottish folded ear.
Oh yeah, its ears are folded in.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. to
And
praise
what's
it.
the? Are people liking this cat? Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, he has a new cat.
Love that.
Love
A
that
lot of
little
people
pet.
like it.
Club
yeah.
Chalamet over here. With
Are you a Club Chalamet? He's Club Chalamet.
No, I've only seen Call Me by Your Name, which I don't think has aged very well. But
Wait, really? Why? I haven't seen it.
It's Army Hammer's in it for one. It's kind of a weird
Canceled.
age gap relationship
Between him and Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, he's like Timothy Chalamet's character is like 17 in it. It's like
Are they in a relationship?
yeah,
They're both straight,
they're both straight in real life. Yeah.
but they play. What do you feel about that? I always ask everyone this question.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much.
Okay, thank you.
It
I
really
was like,
bothers me.
Okay.
And I feel like I totally understand that the argument of like they're just actors. Do you want Stanley Tucci to be out of a job? Like like
Stanley Tucci's fine.
get that. But it's like okay, but when there are gay actors that get denied roles
Yes.
because they're too gay to play the gay, like it's such a complex issue that it's like it just doesn't feel like authentic representation. And when you talked about Matt Bomer
Yes.
losing out on Superman years
Yes.
ago, even though he looks exactly like the comic books, like it would have been perfect casting.
Yes.
Lost out on it because he got outed as gay. Like that is so frustrating. Like that is such a continuing issue in Hollywood. And it just is very annoying that straight guys continue to play gay roles. And like, they're like, I on like one hand, like if they do a good job and it's like a great performance, like it's fine. But it just sucks that it often feels like gay people aren't even in the room reading for the roles. Like it doesn't even it doesn't even cross their mind. Like if it's between like Jonathan Bailey and like 3 other gay guys and like a straight guy, and the straight guy just happens to really sell it better for this specific character, like
Yeah.
fine. But I just feel like the gays are not even getting the calls.
Yeah.
So
Or the authenticity. I didn't really realize like how big of a difference it makes. Like, for instance, like watching, I love Brokeback Mountain and I do love it. Obviously, they're good actors and like
Yeah.
won all these Oscars and it's great. But then when you watch something like Fellow Travelers and you just feel so much more knowing that the actors who played also have lived through
Yeah.
the experiences. And maybe it's different, obviously different eras, different times. But Matt Bomer not getting casted for Superman because of that. And so him also playing this like closeted straight man on
Yeah.
this Fellow Travelers. The authenticity feels, I don't know, it just feels much more real.
absolutely.
And like you said, there are so many amazing gay actors, so it's like, why not give it to it? Makes me mad too, but a lot of, and maybe they're just like trying to be open-minded about it, being like, you know,
yeah.
open the roles for everyone, but I don't know. It's just like anyone in a wheelchair too. It's like that should be played by someone in a wheelchair because it's just like
Exactly.
nowadays,
Yeah.
those roles are hard to come by.
And
So
the actors exist. Like
The
there
actors
are people
exist.
that want to be actors and that is their life.
Yeah.
And this is a role that they can do accurately. Like
and they don't get those.
They
They don't
don't
get
get
the roles
those, yeah.
as much as there is like mainstream, like straight roles and all stuff like that. So it's like
Yeah.
that is, I think, so. Yeah, it makes me because there's a new one with Paul Mescal and someone else
Yeah.
too, and it's just like
roll my eyes. I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever.
So when
like,
you said
I'll watch it in GIF form on Twitter. Like I don't.
right.
I'm
It's
just like I'm not. I'm over it. I'm over it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
as people should be. It's like 2025. It's like, hello, what are we doing?
I definitely think I'm in the minority on that opinion for sure. Like
I feel like you are too, because I feel that way, and I was like, everyone's just like, no, whoever's the best actor. But I was like,
Yeah.
I get that, and like any other role, but if there's like a very specific role, and it's kind of like not to compare, but we can compare, yes, actually, like so that's Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. Like a lot of the dwarf actors are like, there's just like not a ton of roles for us. So, like the fact that there's this whole
Yeah.
movie based on dwarf, it's like we would like to play that, I know, and it's both because then you have people. Like Peter Dinklage, like, no, we shouldn't do that. I don't know. It's just like, so you get both sides.
It's definitely a complex issue, especially for things outside of like the sexuality aligning kind of roles.
Yeah.
But I think that's like the beauty of people having different opinions and like
Yeah.
getting to share like their perspectives on the issue.
But it definitely should change because a lot of trans
Yeah.
roles used to go to like cis women
Yeah.
too, like Trans America. I think it was Felicity Huffman, and I was just like,
If you want like a cute gay movie set in Italy, watch Luca by Pixar. That is
The
one of the
best.
best movies they've ever made. I think it's so cute. It is such a queer allegory. I am like kind of like, it's obviously not super overt, but like if you get it, you get it. Like it's clear
Yes.
what it is. Such a beautiful
Which is what
movie.
is kind of also beautiful about it too. It's kind of just like, yeah, you feel this way about it. That was one of the first movies we watched in this room was LUCA. Loved it. And it's actually one that is constantly being brought up in our heads for movie posters because we love the movie poster. It's like on water. The name is like really cute. Like it's definitely one we've heavily considered. It's because that movie was, oh my God, when we watched it was like so good. I love that movie so much. Yeah, LUCA's so good. That's, okay, that is so interesting.
Silencio Bruno.
Silencio
Yeah,
Bruno.
Silencio Bruno.
Yeah, it was, no, that movie.
I also like Ponyo. That is
Oh,
my
yeah.
boyfriend and I, like one of our favorite movies
Ponyo?
Yeah, I mean,
ever.
it's a legendary movie.
Yeah. So many Studio Ghibli. I love some of my favorite movies
I
ever.
know. I kind of like the name too. But it's
It's
a girl. I guess it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but like Elvis is
That's true.
a guy
Generally,
originally,
yeah. I guess Ponyo.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes in like there's female and male versions. So I didn't know if there was like a male version. I guess it doesn't matter. Whatever. Gender neutral baby over here. Timothy. Oh, the cat. I was like, what are we talking about, Timothy Chalamet? You like him or no?
Yeah, I mean, I like him as much as any other celebrity.
Not like a
I'm
stan.
Yeah,
Club Chalamet.
No, but I do want to watch Dune and Dune 2. I've heard
You never
that-
seen?
No.
Don't watch him.
Okay.
Watch.
I haven't seen it either. They
Definitely the
sound
new
not-
ones. The old one is so different from the new one. It's two different worlds.
I don't think it's our kind of movie. I think we're not into that. I think we're into the, what are we into, Jimmy? What's a movie we love? Hurry Up Tomorrow. Did you see that one?
No, 13 going on 30.
Okay.
I saw that movie for the first time like a few months ago, and I was just like, how is everyone in this movie not like an Academy Award winner?
Oh, you
for
loved
these?
it.
It is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Wow.
Jennifer
Garner.
Yes.
So many Jennifers out there.
I know.
I know.
I'm like going through the Rolodex in my head.
Coolidge, Lawrence,
I always
Lopez.
Yeah, I always confuse her with Hilary Swank in my mind too.
Okay, they give
visually.
similar vibes. Yes.
Literally her being 30 but acting like she's 12 at the beginning of the movie, and like her like physical comedy is like it's like
is
a
good.
masterclass. Like she's incredible. It's such a good movie.
I love that you just
Love
discovered it too.
I know.
I love
I've
that.
never seen it.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, like does she think she's 30? No, like she's
13.
goes through time. Like
Yes.
it's such a good movie.
I love those movies too.
But I do love a like a sci-fi. I watched Star Wars for the first time a few months ago, and I
never
really
seen
liked
it.
it. We still have to watch Mandalorian.
Dune is so much more like Star Wars. You need to like the storyline. You need to like the whole saga. But Dune is just like it's spaces, places. You know, it's like you can just enjoy being in the atmosphere that they created for the movie.
Yeah.
You know what we started? I think did you talk about, maybe not, maybe it was Oscar. You watched Overcompensating?
No, that was Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar.
I've heard of it though.
It's kind of good. We started watching it.
There's a
Oh
bunch
my.
of posters for it near my apartment.
Oh, I think you have to like start watching it. It was good. Yeah, Oscar. Well, I know Oscar told us about it, but I thought you had, maybe it was someone else I was talking to. But it's so good. I'm Oomfies with Benito Skinner.
That's
Is that
so
his name?
cool.
Yeah, and I was like, do you want to come on my podcast? He said he was like trying to come to my show in Chicago. I was like, oh my, I love it so much. That's another really good one. Kyle MacLachlan, who's in Dune. That's what made me think
I
that
love
one
him.
is like. Do you love him? Thank you.
Yeah, I
Some
only
people don't
know
know
him.
him. What?
From
Degrassi.
I
I'm
wish.
sure he was on that show.
I know him from he was in a Marvel show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and he played like one character's like long lost father. And, like
Very
he was
random.
good in it though. He was very good.
He pops up everywhere.
But I know he's in Twin Peaks, which I have not seen, but I need to watch because I love.
Twin Peaks is very good.
Oh my god. X-Files. I love X-Files.
Oh yeah, it gives the same vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it come out at the same time or no? I guess X-Files was later.
Yeah, I mean they're very different, but yeah, it's the same.
David Lynch, Twin
When I was a
Peaks.
kid, I watched X-Files and Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks is good.
Before probably.
Do you do Desperate Housewives? Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't. There's so many things I just haven't seen.
Desperate Housewives and Lost are like two shows I tell everyone like you
Lost
have to watch.
I have seen.
You like it?
I like the first 3 seasons, and then it kind of fell off.
It
but,
loses the plot for sure. We're like, what
Oh.
the hell is going on?
But I loved Lost. John Locke is like one of my favorite characters.
Mine
in anything.
too.
When I started it, I started getting clips of you as him on my TikTok feed.
Oh, is that
And
when you
I
started
would-
watching it?
No. I started watching it like, oh my god, it took us like a whole year to get through it. My friends and I, we
Oh.
watched on Discord. We had like a Monday movie day or
Like what
video
year
day.
though?
We started 2024, I think.
Oh, so really?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what you're saying? Like clips of me
Yeah,
and
like the
John
old
Locke.
clips would come up, and I was just like, oh my god, like.
Have
of
you seen my
course.
Lost podcast?
No,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
it's
should
still
watch
on-
it now
it's
that
still-
I finished the show.
I did a lot. Like we tried everything before this podcast. Moses would build me different sets, and he built me a Lost podcast set upstairs, and it had all the cardboard cutouts of all the Lost characters behind me, and I would cosplay each week as someone new. So
I
John
have
Locke,
seen
Hurley.
the maternity photos of you as Hurley.
Hurley and
Love
Saeed,
Hurley.
yeah.
Saeed, yes.
I
Oh
love
my God.
Saeed. I'm obsessed to this
He's
day.
like one of the top 3 characters for sure.
Oh, so good. We were watching a show he's in on like Amazon Prime called like Pradeeps of Pittsburgh that like no one
Is it a
talks
new
about.
show?
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like in the
Wow.
past year.
That's cool. He's still acting. Because I don't think I've seen anyone from Lost besides Evangeline Lilly in anything. 'Cause
No-
she was an Ant-Man.
Oh, right.
Kate.
Naveen Andrews, who played Saeed, he was also in The Dropout on Hulu. Did you see that one?
No, I have not seen
With
that.
Elizabeth
Yeah, that
Holmes,
was a
and it was
big
Amanda
role.
Seyfried. No?
Oh, I know the story though.
Yeah, Amanda
The drop
Seyfried.
of the blood and
You never watched The Dropout?
no.
Okay, can I tell you? That's why I started watching Lost, because I saw him on that show, and I was like, that guy's fine. Like, he played her boyfriend. and
Literally,
he's so hot.
my entire group of gays and theys, we would all just be like, he's in a tank top again.
Yeah, I was
The whole show.
salivating. Well, he filmed The Dropout in like 2023, so he's like older, and they gave him like a belly, but I still thought he was
That's
so
hot.
sexy.
That's hot to me.
So hot. He's dating Amanda Seyfried in the show,
Oh
so
my
like she's into
God.
him. So I was like, God, this guy's so hot. So I started watching. He was in Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. He played Jafar, I think. Did you ever get into those? Once Upon a Time.
No, but I would see the commercial breaks when I was watching the Marvel show that Colin McLaughlin was
Okay,
on.
so
I
go
do
and
know
watch
that
it.
it's like Vampire Diaries version of Disney. Like
Yes.
it's very just campy.
You would love it too.
overdramatic.
I love this Naveen Andrews is like my dream
We
guest.
even watched The Cleaning Lady.
The Cleaning
It's-
Lady season 2. He's the villain. Like
Did you skip to season 2?
Oh yeah. There's like a new season. Don't care. He died in the second season. Like don't care.
They
like,
need to put him on Severance so you actually watch because I love Severance.
oh, you love Severance?
Yes. I was
it.
going through it. I was like, oh, I was safe from spoilers from this because like Trish hates it.
Yeah.
And Spill Sesh
hate
comes
it.
on. It's just like, oh my God. And then this scene, I was like, no.
Oh
no.
yeah, she loved it. Tana loved it.
It was
Most
how
loves
all
like
of
everyone.
my
So
whole
good.
TikTok was Severance at the time.
Yeah.
It
Like
just
every
sounds,
TikTok.
it sounds horrible. Like the more spoilers, because I love a spoiler. I want to usually watch a show based on spoilers. Most spoilers, I'm like, this sounds not good.
It's
You
such
can't
a
really
good-
describe it. You can't describe it.
It's hard to describe. There's a gay storyline.
On
And
it.
it's too.
Oh, and you do like him.
Who?
Oh my
Who's
God.
the gay
Oh
storyline?
my God. What's his name? He's so famous. Oh my God. I got to look him up. Oh my God.
Benicio del Toro?
No, he's a
John
Zohan.
Turturro.
Oh, John Turturro.
Yeah, he's gay.
He's gay. And see,
Also, not gay in real life.
yeah.
Problematic.
See, that I was just like,
That's fine.
that's the hypocrisy. That's the I eat my own words because I'm just like, oh my God, so cute.
Oh,
like,
I
love
do love
them.
John Turturro. I love him. He was in Secret Window. He was
With,
so good.
I'm trying to think of the he's just so famous. I'm just gonna
Who's
look
the
it
other
up.
one? You guys are selling me on it now. I love John Turturro. He's
I'm
another
just surprised
one.
He's
no
an
one brought
amazing-
up the gays to you because I'm like, that
Yeah,
will
no one
get her
did.
into it.
He's an amazing
Christopher
actor.
Walken.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
gay together?
They're gay
Yeah.
in it, yeah.
Okay, those are two straights we allow. We're
Yeah.
like, you can be
So,
in
like,
it.
I guess kind of spoilers, but it's like a B plot, so it's like it's not. It doesn't like ruin the twist, but like they don't know each other in outside, but inside their their severed halves meet each other and they fall in love, but they don't know each other outside, so like they don't even know they're in like a little like love moment.
Oh my god, wait, that's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Christopher
kinda...
Walken has a relationship outside.
Yeah.
Like
With
a
he's
woman?
married. No, with a man, but
Yeah.
Oh, he's gay inside and out. I love
Yeah.
that. Wait, they didn't change them. They're not like, you're only gay in here.
Yeah, I was
okay.
kind of worried.
no,
it
that would be
like
an
that.
interesting
Yeah.
Right?
to
Okay.
explain that.
Yeah,
I love
if you're
that.
not closeted at work, like you.
Like, you have to be, right. You have to, once you're out,
Yeah,
you
that
forget.
means-
They don't know homophobia.
That means
All
that-
they know is The Office. All they know is Lumen.
It only works if it was closeted in real life, but then at work,
yes.
it's
He could be
actually
the gay version of...
he
Okay,
doesn't
kind of
even
sold
know.
me. Although I will say, people try to get me with like Last of Us. I skipped to episode 4, season 1, where it was Murray Bartlett being gay with Nick Offerman, I think it was. And I thought that was going to get me because Murray Bartlett is my
I
fave.
love him. Have you seen Looking?
No, what's that?
It's a kind of an old show. I don't know how well like some of the storylines hold up, but
Is he young in it?
he's like in I don't know how old he is, but it's like from 10 years ago at least.
Okay,
it was
so
an
yeah.
HBO show called Looking. Daniel Franzese from Mean Girls is in it.
Oh.
Jonathan Groff.
From 10 years ago. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah.
I guess it's around the Glee era for him.
Yeah, and
Oh.
it's about a couple of gay guys in San Francisco and their life. It has like 2 seasons, and yeah, I
watching
loved
it.
it years ago. I haven't watched it in a long time, so I can't like vouch for how well maybe some of the storylines hold up. But
Yeah, but still.
overall, it's a cute show, and Murray Bartlett's in it, and
Oh, I
he's
didn't-
amazing, and he is friends with a woman. Older woman, same like age as him, and she's just like a straight woman that hangs out with the gays. And she's
I want to
like,
be in the show.
she's
I need
my
the
favorite
reboot.
character. I don't remember her
it's
name.
You,
but-
it's you, the middle-aged woman again in the thing.
I love a female character in a group of gays because she's just
Me
so
too.
like she's just so down to just party.
I need to watch this because I obviously White Lotus. I loved him, but I loved him in Chippendales too. Did you watch that
No, I haven't
series?
seen
It was
that.
so good too.
Yeah, it's 2 seasons and a movie. Looking
Done.
good.
Done and done. But The Last of Us, I couldn't get into. I was like, God, I really love these two actors, and I just couldn't.
I played a little bit of the first video game, but I didn't finish it. I liked it though.
Too violent.
So I was like, well, I don't want to watch the show because I want to play the game, and then I can see how the show is different, and then I just never got into either. But my boyfriend played the first one recently.
Last of Us. I can't get into it. I don't know. I know everyone loves it, but I guess again, not the target audience right here.
Yeah.
Did you see Pedro Pascal called himself a old lazy 50-year-old? Did you see that clip of him in the movie theater?
Yes, I did. I was not on the Pedro train, but recently that like press junket he was doing where he had like the sleeveless and he's just like being
Just
sissy with the
cutesy.
mustache. I was just like, I get it.
I get it too now. I was kind of off of it. I was on the hate train, I think, for him. The only one that was on there. I was like, I'm overseeing him too much, Pedro Pascal, but he is gorge and he's just funny and cutesy, and every little clip you see of him, like he's just like in a regular movie theater, like an AMC, just like walking up the stairs and someone
he was
like
with
filming
James
him.
Marsden. In that clip.
I didn't even recognize
Just
James.
casually.
Didn't even notice James Marsden next to him.
I only knew it was him from the caption saying it was James Marsden.
And they were just a random. What movie were they seeing? Like their movie was their movie.
Lilo and Stitch.
They're like, let's go see this movie. I can see it. I love him. He is a dream guest for sure.
That'd be great.
We have like two more. There's two more I wanted to touch on. Did you see? You keep
We
up
can
with
go a
Justin?
bit longer too.
Well, okay, yeah, we have
Yeah, I'm
time.
fine with that.
Do you keep up on Justin Baldoni?
I
Blake
did have
Lively?
that written down, but I wasn't sure if people were like kind of over that topic.
I think Oscar's over the topic.
Yeah.
I feel because he's so, and it's like but I'm so in it, and I don't like to bring it up because I know like it's like if I don't like talking about something, I don't want to bring it up. You know what I mean? But did you see that so I didn't even know about all this. Taylor Swift was supposed to be subpoenaed.
Yeah. So my only frame of reference for this entire case is this podcast. As is
Kind of same.
most things. Like I didn't know it was Remy and Alicia. I thought it was Remy and Alicia.
Oh,
like I know
it
it's one person.
name.
Which, oh my god, is that Remy Ashton?
Yes, Mr. Reaction.
Yeah. Back
What?
to LABUBU. Oscar sent me her bridal party. She gave everyone in the bridal party
LABUBU
a
bouquet.
bouquet, and I was just like, I don't know you, but
I want to be
Can
your
I be
friend.
in the wedding?
She's the original LABUBU queen. She like started the trend. Pop Mart. She's been on it for so long. Miss Remy Ashton is my everything. I hate that she has a podcast with Zane and Heath, but everything else I love about her. She's getting married. She's beautiful. She's just everything about her is beautiful. I love her so much, and she was the original LABUBU queen. But
is she Domino's?
11 Domino
That's-
sponsorships.
The LABUBU
11.
is my Domino's.
Yes, she has everything we want. She's our it girl. Everything we want to be is Miss Remy Ashton. I love her. I think she's getting married soon. She had her bridal shower, so I think she's getting married soon. But no, same. My information comes from Spill Sesh. I watch like all the Spill Sesh videos about it. That's why we were always surprised that Oscar never brought it up because he loves Taylor Swift. But I'm like, maybe because he loves her too much, he doesn't want to like get met. I get it. Like, you know, you don't want to comment too much about someone's personal life, but it was so interesting because Moses, even outside the podcast, Moses would bring up this Taylor Swift thing. And I was like, what are you talking about? No one's talking about this.
Yeah.
But that's all I see now is on TikTok is people talking about, Taylor Swift was supposed to be subpoenaed. And I guess Blake Lively, all of this alleged, of course, was like mad that she didn't like defend her and like stick up for her. But I guess it's been dropped now that Justin Baldoni dropped the subpoena.
Oh, really?
Right? That's what I had heard, that she's like no longer.
Well, I mean, to begin with, everything that we heard was conversations between the lawyers. So one lawyer asked from the other. So one lawyer was the one that said that basically from the text messages, like that the request was that she will support Blake Lively, and if she doesn't support Blake Lively, Blake will release 10 years of text messages that they have between them, stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, but I would say like maybe it's the lawyer, maybe that's how he talks, you know, maybe the lawyer is just like, you know, she has that, we will release, we'll do, like, we don't know.
Yeah, it's
so
not
it's
coming
not
from Blake.
words coming out of her mouth, but it's definitely her lawyer.
Yeah.
This is on paper, you know.
How is Taylor Swift involved? She was just like, she wasn't on the set, right? She was just at the house that
I
day.
think there's like a
That meeting?
allegation that when Justin Baldoni like went to meet with Blake, she had Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift in the room when they were like casting or like pitching the movie, or
They were talking about the
creative
storylines.
process. Yeah.
They were talking about the story and the changes she wanted to make to the script at the time.
But why was she subpoenaed into this case? and our resident Taylor Swift fan, I was like, well, I don't know.
know,
I don't
the
want
week
to
could
trigger.
not be here.
Yeah, I was like, wait, but it's been happening for weeks, but because he hasn't brought, I was
But
like, well, I don't want to like bring it up. But
She had some influence because, for example, I think the person making the music that Blake Lively brought in, she got it from Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
There were specific things. There were people fired, people hired, and the people hired were from Taylor Swift team. So there was some overlap, and Taylor was used as a leverage point against Justin. So, and sometimes if you just want to get, like I said, text messages, emails, any correspondence, then you do that. So I don't know. I mean, and it could be that Justin was just, they were smart to kind of pinch her, at a place that it hurts, because they know she doesn't want that to happen.
do you have a side just from the podcast knowledge? You don't have to.
I really don't. I
Yeah.
think that's like it sounds like a cop-out answer, but like I really don't.
You don't have, yeah.
Because like that footage that came out of the two of them talking, like again, that's like one moment. Who knows what else could have happened?
Yeah.
But it didn't really seem like it benefited either of their cases. It just kind of seemed like two people who worked together
Yes.
talking. Like I feel like both of their experiences are probably valid because they lived them. But the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. And
It changes so much.
Yeah.
We talked about it so much. I was so invested because, again, I watched a lot of School Sessions. I was so invested. And it's like, God, like when it first came out before Christmas last year, you're just like, oh my God, like Justin Baldoni's done. And then the other stuff comes up and you're like, oh my God, Blake is like the worst. Like it really is so much back and forth where it is. And I see it and I'm still like really invested in it. But I too get my knowledge like based on like TikToks and scrolling. These are like, people read like whole documents, like the whole court documents. People are reading. I consider myself a very good reader. I feel like I can comprehend things, but those documents I cannot comprehend at all. And I'm always like, so I hear everything like kind of secondhand too. But I'm so curious because I hear the stuff about Taylor Swift and I hear all this stuff and I'm like, is it going to be, because it'll probably be in New York, the trial, is it going to be like the Diddy where it's like not televised and it's just like people inside? I would like to be inside. I want to be one of the reporters there to be like.
Well, it depends if it's, I think it also depends if it's federal court or not, because I think Diddy is federal. That's what I heard.
You don't think this one is federal?
Probably not.
Probably not. Isn't it federal when it takes place over multiple states? So if they filmed, if some of it was in LA, some of it was in New York, it might be. I think that's what happened.
But also, I think it's that and the level of crimes. And here we're not really talking about crimes.
It's like a civil dispute.
So it could be.
I have no college degree, and I'm like, yeah.
You're so smart. You really are so smart. Like, I'm actually so impressed. Like, the way you articulate things, all of the knowledge you have about stuff. Like, oh my God, even the Lilo and Stitch at the beginning, I was like, oh my God, just a whole dissertation about Lilo and Stitch, which I loved.
I'm a little chronically online. I think that's really all it is. But.
Which is perfect, which is why it was wonderful. I know, I was like, it was so funny because, like, I had known a while that Oscar was going to be here today. And my default is always my sister. And obviously I love Spill Sash too. But I was like, we should have Jimmy because, like, so many comments are about you. And here I was thinking, like, even if we don't have hot topics, whatever, we can just talk. But you're like so knowledgeable about literally everything. It's crazy.
That's crazy because I feel like I was like, okay. Half the time when I'm looking up like B-roll for the podcast, I'm like, I really hope this is the right person because I've never heard of Alex Earl in my life. I thought she was Paul her daddy. Alex Earl, Alex Cooper, like
they do those two. I do get mixed up a lot. Yeah, those are
and like they're killing it, but I don't really follow.
Wow, you never heard of them?
No.
Alex Earl just was announced as the second celebrity on Dancing with the Stars this past week,
and you will be the third. So
I don't know. I think as soon as I heard that, I was like, I think my chances are out the window because social media. They usually have one social media person on. Obviously, can't compete with Alex Earl dancing or followers. And Ezra commented like, "Can't wait to see you in the ballroom." And I was like, the only one I want to be with is Ezra, so I have a feeling they'll probably be together. So I was like. Sorry, Dancing with the Stars, if you come to me, I have to say no at this point because if Ezra's gone, then I can't. I don't want Gleb. The girl who was with Gleb last season, I know you're playing. Are you a Dancing with the Stars person?
I literally, again, only know the name Ezra because of this podcast.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Ezra is icon. But Gleb, anyways, he's kind of known for like just always having a romance with all his partners. And the last girl he had a romance with apparently now is lesbian, I think I just read. I think this morning. Yeah, I think she's like, I'm dating women now. But I do not want to be partners with anyone straight. But or maybe they just have more gay dancers. I'm always surprised like Latin ballroom dancing or ballroom dancing doesn't have more gay men. How come it's all straight men in there?
That's a good question because like so many just dancers in general are gay men.
I had a rehearsal yesterday for Pride and we have all 6 of my dancers, and they're just so gorgeous. It's so crazy. Like, I did have, I don't want to say a phase, but I was definitely only attracted to gay men for a very long time in my life, which is like a problem because obviously it's not fair to them.
Think of one problem.
It was so, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was only attracted to gay men. Like, not, and obviously it's a problem both ways. It's a problem for me because it's not fair to me, but it's also a problem for them because there was a lot of gay guys that I think felt bad for me and like wanted to maybe like would date me because they felt bad or they thought maybe, I don't know, like maybe they thought they were bi. And then I kind of felt bad because then it's like they're not getting to live their true self because they're like dating me. It was just a whole thing. Anyways, but then yesterday, I had my first Pride rehearsal and all these guys are just so gorgeous. And I remember leaving I even dressed cute. Normally I do not dress cute. I will wear big t-shirts. I'm like, let me dress cute. And I was so excited. I'm like, oh. I was like, have fun. I was like, I'm just going to have so much fun. He's like, not too much fun. And I was like, I don't know. It brought me back to my WeHo days in 2016 where I'd go out and I'd just see all these like gorgeous, and gay men are so nice. Well, at least to me. I know there's like gay on gay like hate and stuff like that. But to me, all the gay men were so nice. And I was just like, God, and then that's how it was yesterday. We just had this like full on key dancing, but also like talking about everything from like, Britney Spears to like, what carbs we eat. And honestly, all these guys are ripped now and they're saying white rice is better than brown rice for you.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I hate brown rice.
I didn't know there was a difference, really. I thought it was just they just like bleach the white rice, or that's what I really
I don't know either.
I don't know.
But I know brown rice was always the healthy thing. Like in Showgirls, it was like brown rice and vegetables. Like that's what you would eat. Brown rice was always the healthy substitute. But they're like, no, they're like white rice is better for you. And I was like, okay, or steamed as they call it. So that made me feel so happy because they're all ripped. They're like, no, steamed rice is good for you. I was like, perfect. I'm gonna start eating it. But it really just brought me back to my days of just like, just being surrounded by all just gay men. I love gay men of all types, obviously, but like, there's something about the dancer community that I'm just like, I love you guys. I think it's also when they dance, like, especially for like Pride, we're doing a lot of like freaky is very like, you know what I mean? And it's
full
very
body gyrating.
And they
get it. There's like a movement of the hips that a gay man is familiar with.
That part. And then when you're watching the performance, you're like, oh my God, this is everything.
It's a sissy swag. Like.
Yes, but then that's what I'm saying. Then you cut, and it's just like them talking literally about like LABUBUs. Like one had like this whole like LABUBU obsession. And I was like, I love this so much. And that's what I've missed and loved. And I don't even know how we got on that topic. Oh, Dancing with the Stars. And I was just like, how come there's just not more on Dancing with the Stars? You know what I mean? Because that's all my dance videos were always with the majority, which was, I guess, queer. We'll just use it because we don't know if they were like 100% gay. But, and I just loved it so much. Cedric is like my favorite person in the whole world. And I don't know. Anyways, shout out Cedric who watches the podcast. He will be on tour all weekend and then he comes home and watches the podcast on Tuesday. He's like, and he always will show me like watching the whole thing and eating his sushi. I was like, do you not get sick of me? He's like, no, I could listen to your voice all day long. And I love him for it. But yeah, I don't think Dancing with the Stars is going to be for me because now Alex Earl's on it. But good for her. She's going to crush it. She said she was a dancer back in the day. And I was like, honestly, she's going to crush it. We just had Gabby Windy on the podcast, and she said she lost to Charlie D'Amelio. Ooh, it's good. Well, there's a little spoiler. You can't see it on the camera, but there's a little spoiler that she gave me a little gift. Okay. Yeah. Love her so much. But she came in second on Dancing with the Stars and lost to Charlie D'Amelio. And I was like, oh, man. It's like when you go against like a social media person, it's like Charlie's obviously a great dancer. She's on Broadway, but it's also not fair because like they have so many followers. Like she had 100 million followers. Like how are you going to compete with that? So I feel that way with Alex Earl too. Although she is going up against Robert Irwin, who is also very loved. So it's going to be a stacked season.
How did Jojo do on Dancing with the Stars? Did she win?
Did she win? I think she might have won.
I feel like that is a
Do you have a Jojo hot topic? I love a little Jojo.
I do have a Jojo hot topic. Yes, I do.
Yes, let's see if she won. I think she did win.
Siwa, Dancing with the Stars. Let's see.
Yeah, she kind of crushes it on reality shows.
She was the first same-sex couple.
Yeah.
She came second.
To who? Who did she lose to?
Let's see.
That's what I'm always curious, like who they lose to.
Dancing with the Stars 30. Spoiler alert.
From 10 years ago.
The winner was Iman Shumpert.
Okay. I don't know who Iman Shumpert is, but
I don't know either, but he's wearing a very not Loveline coded jacket.
Okay, leopard jacket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cute.
Maybe come on, not Loveline. I love when someone wears leopard. I'm like, you want to come on?
They should make leopard LABUBU. That should be their next set. Animal print. I would die.
You love the animal print.
I think they're cute, yeah.
Okay, I love that. A lot of people don't like leopard. When I first met Moses, he didn't like leopard. He was like, I don't love leopard, but that's why I love not Loveline because I can like release all my leopard on there.
Leopard on leopard on leopard. It's crazy.
I keep buying more leopard.
Visually, so crazy. But I love it.
The leopard's never matching. It's just, and also the background is like, doesn't really match leopard vibes.
You'll fully
but...
call it leopard and it's like tiger too. I'm like, close.
Close,
It's a
animal
cat,
print.
but-
Close enough, you know what I mean? What's the JoJo news?
JoJo Hot Topics. So, her and Chris Hughes continue to be in love,
Kissing.
performing love, and kissing.
Performing love? What does that mean, performing love?
If they are pretending to date for,
Oh!
for clout. Because, JoJo, she's very Trishian in
Yes.
that way. She's
Yes.
very of your playbook. I feel like, I definitely don't doubt that, like, her sexuality fluidity is real. And I think she definitely has a close friendship with this guy, but for a while I thought like maybe JoJo she likes to get people talking.
Yes.
Like it could be very much she's just kind of stirring the pot a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a paparazzi photo of them kissing
Which
in a pool.
is it looked pretty steamy. It wasn't just like a
see
peck.
them?
Yeah.
Did you see them at the airport?
They were also kissing there.
Really?
Yeah, they've been. There's
But
three
the
kissing photos.
airport is more than just like they look like a couple
couple.
in
Yeah.
love, like the puppy love at the beginning.
Yeah.
They're just like at any angle and any corner, they're just hugging
And there's a post. They both posted photo dumps with each other in them, and it's giving very like soft, hard launch of a couple. There's a picture of the two of them with their knees together, and it's like just their knees, and like he has his hand on like her inner thigh. I'm pretty sure it's his hand. And it's just like, oh my God.
It's like
This is
too.
crazy.
I think it's real. I think that's
at this
mine.
point, I think it's real too.
I think it's real for one of them. I don't know which one. Like maybe both, and I would love to see both. But I know when I've been in relationships, it's always like one-sided is real for one, and maybe not. Because sometimes you enter these things too, and I know this from like again experience. Like sometimes you enter these things thinking like good publicity, people want to see this, you know what I mean? And then sometimes someone catches feelings. So I don't know. There's been other ones too where I've just been like, okay, let's do a little romance, whatever. And then I like catch it, and then it feels real. And then you like don't know how to get out. So I'm more worried about JoJo being the young one in the situation.
He's
who
32, she's 22.
That's another thing Gabby had told me because I didn't know she knew him from whatever show he's on, Love Island, something like that. I didn't know
They're
the
loving
age gap.
somewhere. Yeah.
That's a little scary.
Yeah.
At that age, because again, young girl and JoJo being so young and I know she likes to be around older people, which necessarily isn't like so bad, but I just
not implying anything like predatory.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't understand. Like even my boyfriend and I were 2 years apart.
Yeah.
And like he will reference things that I've not seen because he has two older sisters. So like I can't imagine, but like most of our stuff's in common. I just can't imagine like what you can really have in common after the like honeymoon phase is kind of over.
Because she's 21, right?
22.
22. So 22, we always talk about this, the frontal lobe developing at 25, but it's so true, especially for females. Like that 18 to 25 really is just like such a like a part. And obviously JoJo being around older people, this has always been my thing. Love you, JoJo. I always say this every podcast. I love her. But also being around older people from an early age, from like 13, having older friends. Like it's so easy to like be caught up, even if the older person's not the manipulator, right? If you're not purposely trying to manipulate, your feelings are just so what is the word, like I don't want to say delusional, but like I know when I was like younger, turbulent. When I was like 22, dating someone 52, I know it's a little bit bigger age gap. I just remember you feel things so much differently and so much more intensely, and they're like not real. Yeah. Like the feelings. And then the other person maybe doesn't take it into consideration. They also think you're on that same level of like, oh, we're just hooking up, or we're just, maybe with Chris, it's like, oh, we're just a showmance or whatever, but you're not quite there. Like the 52-year-old that I was dating was like, oh, we're just like hooking up. But in my mind, he was like flying me out to Toronto and New York, and I was like, oh, we're in a relationship, we're getting married, so I just think
to him it's just like a cute little thing.
Oh, yeah. When I like confronted him about like cheating, he's like, what are you talking about? Like we were just hooking up. I was like, but you were flying me places and you were saying I love you. And like, like it's a warped sense when you're that age. So
plus her kind of entire life has been in front of a camera. So for him, I imagine he only started getting into show business, if you can call it that. I guess it's reality TV. Yeah. Probably in his like mid to late 20s. Like he probably spent most of his life offline. I guess I don't know his full history, but like for JoJo, like a showmance how's that any different than real life? Everything she does is filmed. Everything she does
know.
is documented. So
That's what's so crazy about JoJo's life is like, not only does she do reality TV where you could shut, like a lot of people do shut off when they're not filming,
Yeah.
but she's like vlogging too and has a podcast.
Yeah.
So she's like never off.
yeah,
And I do think she does play a character. I think she probably would admit she's like a little bit of a troll. So it's like that fine line of like, what is a troll? Who am I? You know, who's JoJo? Who's JoJo Siwa, the character? It's like such a, I don't know. I see it. I know I do. I think that's why I relate to her so much. Like not to like do my own harm, but I do see like a young me, you know, when I look at her as it's like,
absolutely.
you know?
I see it. Oscar's said it before too.
Yeah.
It's a very similar trajectory. Definitely like not, the same footsteps.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's it's the same
The
sort
troll
of
vibes,
the beats of
yeah.
it all. Yeah,
the
same
attention and
archetype.
knowing how to get the attention, and it's love or hate, and some people do love her, and then some people like have a lot to say about her, and I think in her mind, it's like all attention's like good attention, which like is how I thought too, and it is to some degree. I always think like if I didn't do my trolling, it doesn't get you to like where you want to be. I guess I don't know. It's so hard, but
Also, this is the first man she's with, so it's like
Yeah, that
you-
too.
there's so many different kinds of men and kind of like
Yeah.
she doesn't even know yet. So she has a lot of strong emotions just from feeling what it's like to be with a man for the first time, but then what it's like, maybe this is not,
being analyzed too.
So I think she's just going through a lot of new and exciting and I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, to me, they almost look like two guys falling in love. Like there's something, like she has actually, to me, the first time I see her more masculine, when I thought with a man, I would see her more feminine. But to me, she feels more masculine. So it's really interesting. So maybe she's still discovering some of that, as far as like, you know what I mean? Like
gender
you experienced
expression.
that, like even if you're with a man, you could be as a man with a man in a
Yeah, there's
woman's
like
body.
masculine and feminine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was interesting for me to see. But I don't know. I mean, they having fun, like fall in love for big. It's like a big.
But she's been so
Big
in
love.
love, and then like all her breakups are so awful for
I also
everybody.
just don't think it's
To
like
the other side, it seems, not to her.
yeah. I just don't know if it's like the best foundation for a relationship to start. Like
No.
like it kind of was cheating
Yeah,
in a
when
way.
you're in a relationship
like,
with someone else.
and I totally understand, like, especially if you, like, you're bi, you're pan, you're like fluid sexually, because my boyfriend is bisexual and he dated a girl for like 5 years or so before he came out and like dated a different guy, and then he started dating me. And when we like a year into dating, he said to me, he's like, hey, like, I don't really know what I'm like truly interested in. I don't want to string you along and like potentially hurt you because I don't know what I'm really into, if I want to be with a guy or be with a girl. And then like 2 or 3 days later, he like was like, wait a minute, like, no, like, I love what we have. I only romantically am interested in men, but he is still bi, does find women attractive. And like, I think it's important to find out that information about yourself and explore that. It just sucks that like she had to do it on a TV show, and like it's not her choice. She can't control how she feels. It's just like, it's unfortunate that it happened so publicly. It's so analyzed. She's so young still, and she was also in a relationship going into this prior. So like,
I know.
she can't communicate with this person. Be like, hey, I really want to explore this
Privately,
I want to stop dating you, but then I don't want to lose out on this person because it's so like, and I think if she was a little bit older, she would just kind of like know that, like, and if she just had a different upbringing, that would like kind of be common sense to do that. But she is so young, and just her upbringing is so warped and different from other people. It sucks. So like, on the one hand, like, I definitely feel like you cheated. It was foundation cheating, even if it was like very early on in your relationship, it wasn't super serious yet. It still is, but at the same time, I don't really like think that this is like a character defining moment for her.
Yeah.
Like, that she is a procedural cheater, unless like more stuff ever comes out.
Yeah, I guess it's the perception people have, is like her ex-girlfriends all kind of like imply that, but yeah, I think in general having the public relationships is like not good for her right now. Like, unless it is for a show, which is entertaining and it gets people to talk, but then it's just from one public relationship to another, because that's the problem. Like you said, people go through this all the time. like sexuality questioning and stuff, but it's like privately done. So you don't have all this scrutiny and you're not hurting someone. And it does suck. Yeah. Dating someone who's like bisexual or fluid or doesn't quite know yet does hurt. It does hurt someone apparently at the end of the day. I mean, I've been on the receiving end of so many guys being like, I'm bisexual. And they're like, actually I'm gay. And I'm like, oh no. Like, you know what I mean? Cause it like hurts so bad. But obviously doing it privately is like so much easier than doing it publicly. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's, I don't know. I feel like she just needs to take a break from love publicly. You know what I mean? Also privately, maybe for a little bit. Just find yourself, girl. 22. I always tell people, especially in the early 20s, I was so concerned with like being in love and finding the guy in my early 20s. I was so obsessed with him. I missed out on life. I like didn't do casting calls, auditions. I wouldn't go to jobs. I would just like sit home like waiting for this person. It's like, just live your life at early 20s, you know?
Yeah. I feel like she must not know, like, maybe she doesn't feel like her relationships can be private because she shares so much.
Well, I can relate to that too. Sometimes you think like, this is my job. And also you like to do it. Like you like sharing your love. So I do feel her on that way.
Yeah.
It's just the consecutive back to back always will get people to judge you. And it's like, if you really don't want people judging your life, it's kind of, even if you want to share and blast it, it's just easier to keep it offline. Sometimes it's like, you know, it's like, even our kids and stuff like that. It's like, sometimes I just like to keep things offline because whatever you post will open up for judgment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and sometimes it's hard because you just like, I just want to share everything. But then
I don't think it's an option for her because this time it's not only a new relationship, it's like when your whole identity is being a lesbian.
Yeah.
And you're going to explore something completely new.
Yeah.
She never gave it even a day of like, well, let me do some processing on my own and then bring the news to the world of what I think about it. Everything was in front of our
yeah,
eyes.
she didn't really have a choice though. She was in the Big Brother house.
Yeah, but she has choices. Her action, she doesn't have a choice what she feels, but she has a choice in her actions. And her actions were ones of like, I'm going to show you exactly my process of like connecting to this man, being attracted to this man, and then forming a relationship with this man.
Yeah.
But so I don't think she even considers not sharing a second of her life.
Yeah.
But
I don't think
I
that's
get it.
even.
I get it. Sometimes you just want to share everything, but sometimes holding a little back is good. But
'cause
I'm
this
also
was a
37,
huge
so.
thing for her life, as far as that's
Oh,
a huge
yeah.
thing.
And I think a lot of people are going to find comfort in the vulnerability. Like there are good parts to her doing this very publicly.
Yeah.
A lot of people, maybe they are on the opposite end. Maybe they are in hetero romantic relationships and they are like, wait, like you can always think you're one thing and you're not. You are actually bi, you're queer, you're still only, like my boyfriend, only interested in dating gay guys, but like still has attraction. Like he will see a hot woman and be like, that's a hot woman.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm like, she's so slay. Like, yes, the heels.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's totally different.
Like
vibes.
my idea of like a hot woman is just like, I don't know, like the diva energy. Like,
Right.
like any woman can be hot to me if she feels that way about herself. Like that's it's
I love that. Okay, diva energy. That's everything. No, and I keep referencing the interview, but again, Gabby Wendy is coming up on Thursday, and she like gives such a good insight to this because she also didn't know. Like she talks about how the first time she was like, maybe I'm gay. And it was like after The Bachelor, after the stuff where, because I was like, where did that transition? And it's so interesting how like and she kind of did the self reflection. She was at her parents' house. Anyways, I don't want to spoil it, but it is interesting all that stuff, and doing it so publicly is like. But I get it. I totally get JoJo in that sense. Not everyone gets it because it is so niche, but I am someone too who wants to share every little thing. And in the long run can help. You know, sometimes you look back and you're like, man, I really was like a mess. But it's like, well, I guess in the long run you show a journey. So as long as she protects herself, you know what I mean? Her heart and others. Yeah, because it's, you know, all of the situation, especially love. I guess I wasn't in like public relationships like her in my early 20s. But something public can be like so hurtful too. But we love you, JoJo. Should we go to the final hot topic? I was thinking Tana and Brooke. What did you have for you?
oh,
But one small one.
Oh.
okay.
Because you're
Well,
low.
we also have extended too, huh?
Because what do you look like today? Your hair. You told me that the inspiration for your hair.
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Oh, I had that too. Britney Spears was on a plane, private jet, and she lit a cigarette on the flight.
Yes.
She also says it was the first time she ever tried vodka on that flight as well.
Love that. Diva energy.
She very that. I love Britney.
Cut to her with like a Tito's or something like that. A buzz ball. Didn't she have a buzz ball in her hand
Oh my
one
God.
time?
Many
A
times.
buzz ball, it will never end well.
Yes, but I love her for that because also very me. Very like, this is my first time. I'm in Slay
No,
Girl,
her post
Slay.
was funny. But I'm saying, like, just to tie into your look, because this is your look for the day.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, what's the point of a private?" I kind of understand that too. It's like, well, I love how she also like blamed someone else for lighting the cigarette, being like, "Well, they lit it and put it in my hand, so I thought it was okay." Girl, love it.
And
No
she-
accountability queen.
Also described, because they contacted the authorities, because you can't do that. It's illegal to light a cigarette on a plane. If
Right.
you did not know. That's why they had the little sign that has a no smoking on it.
Yes.
She described calling the authorities was kind of much.
Kind of much. I love that so much. She also thought they were there for her. She's like, wow, what a warm greeting. I love that too. That would be me for sure. Be like, this is nice. I love her caption explaining all of it. And then she's like, oh, okay, this wasn't for that.
But I was still trying to understand the thing. She was like, me yesterday, it's actually incredibly funny. Some planes I've been on, you can't smoke, mostly. But this one was different because the drink holders were on the outside of the seat. So I'm still trying to understand, how does that tell you can smoke on this airplane?
Pretty logic. Honestly, whatever she says, I'm going with.
When I read it, I thought she was going to say, but there was an ashtray or something. But I was
Maybe
like,
that was the vibe she was getting. Are there ashtrays on planes? No.
there used
There
to
used to
be.
be, yeah.
There
Those
used to
little,
be.
like, yeah, those little silver ones that
old
you push.
plane.
Yeah, they totally used to be.
There's a smoking cabin in the plane she was on, in her defense.
Maybe that was it. I know. We don't know what plane she flew.
Yeah.
I love it. She's
But
in
she was
Mexico living
like-
her best life.
With
She
her
was like-
knives.
I swear, I
Benihana
felt
chef.
so smart.
I love her doing that. I love everything about her. She can do no wrong. How dare the authorities even question Brittany? She didn't want to light up a cigarette. Check the plane. Like you said, check it. Maybe there was an ashtray. Maybe there was something that she knew that others didn't. I love her positive spin. I love that she like also broadcasted it. She's like, let me just talk about this. I love
She
it.
very much treats her Instagram with like 80 million followers as like her private Facebook.
Love it. I love it so much. I missed it because she's been kind of
She
quiet.
loves an emoji. I love the way she posts online.
Me too. I miss those captions so much. She was really doing it in 2020, and I really missed that, like
Mm-hmm.
a little highlight of it. But I love that. Well, we have more extended hot topics on patreon.com/justtrish. But before we go, this one was interesting because our girls Tana and Brooke, we love them. They also do well in a thumbnail, so this is
I
our
will
little
put them in there.
Yes,
I'll take note.
But they're so funny. So they just finished their Europe tour. I think they're going to Australia in July. Love them both. Last week we talked about Brooke and Tana showing the Jorts Gate.
I
the
did watch
full.
Jorts Gate.
Did you
yes.
watch it? You saw
I
it.
did,
You found
'cause
it.
I knew it was gonna be a hot topic, so I was like, okay, I gotta
The Jorts Gate.
be up.
But
on
it was, I will say, because I don't want to like flip flop, but I will say it didn't make Tana look great. The
Yeah.
Jorts Gate, like obviously a lot of people were Team Brooke. This week we have a new. The Cancel podcast is so interesting because it's almost like watching a relationship podcast where
Yes.
it's very much like bickering. I guess I don't have friends, so I don't know, but it reminds me of like a relationship or something where you air
Yeah,
out.
because you see two girlfriends that one of them now has a boyfriend.
They both have boyfriends.
Oh, but but it's like
when
it
this
felt.
was filmed.
The-
Is it a new documentary that they put out? Like a new?
No,
mini-
it's a new Cancel podcast that came out this week.
Oh, okay.
Where they're talking about how they're in the clip I saw, which kind of like resonated with me, is they're in Europe and they're on tour, right? Brooke is upset that Tana doesn't. You haven't seen any of this?
No, I haven't.
Brooke is upset that Tana doesn't want to go out and sightsee with them in Europe. So it's like
This was
Paige,
friends.
Brooke,
Wasn't friends.
BB. Yeah. She's like, you don't want to come out. And it got pretty heated. And I always defer to the comments on TikTok because I never know where people are. Jorts Gate, I was like, ooh, this doesn't look good for Tana. Obviously, everyone in the comments was like defending Brooke. They're like, this looks so bad because the way Tana was talking. But this one, people were defending Tana because basically Brooke was like upset that Tana didn't want to come out. And Tana's like, well, I'm watching the Patreon. And then Brooke will be like, okay, but Patreon's like an hour. She goes, well, I have 3 Patreons to watch. Or then she went and said, I've already seen everything in Paris. I've seen the Louvre. Or she'll flip and say, I have to reserve my energy for the meet and greets and all this stuff like that because she doesn't want to be out all day, whatever. And then her final boss, is that how people say it now? The final boss was,
Yeah.
I love when people say that. It's like the final boss. Her final boss of the argument was, I just don't like to be outside because Brooke was like, you're just in a mall all day. She goes, yeah, but that's my idea of fun. Like I like to be inside. Like I don't want to be outside. While Brooke and all the friends were like doing all the touristy stuff, going on hikes and stuff. And I was like, I just don't like to be outside. So then people flip as they do. That's the thing. It's so funny. Like one week it's like Team Brooke and the next week it's Team Tana. When in reality they have a podcast together. It should be like, but I guess that's what they put out. I guess that's what also is like their engagement of it all is just like the back and forth of it. But I thought it was interesting because I relate to Tana in this sense where I'm just like,
Yeah.
we go on tour, we fly in the day of, and I think they're on a plane over there. I think they're not doing a bus, so I think they're flying into everything. My dancers will go out. Everyone will go out. They'll go out at lunchtime because we land at like noon. They'll go find a place to eat lunch, and then they'll go out after the show, like at 10 o'clock. Both times I'm like in bed. Like I will sleep at noon till about 2 o'clock. I have to get ready. And then same thing with after the show. I like leave instantly after the show, and then I'm just like in bed. And my old tour in 2019, a Heartbreak tour, I was going out all the time. I was doing like Cheesecake Factory and Fireballs and stuff like that. So I just thought it was interesting that so many people were actually Team Tana on this because a lot of people were like, okay, you know, you're in a new city. Like, I guess Brooke's argument was like, you're in Europe. Like, why don't you want to see Europe?
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, like, even when I'm on vacation, we were to the Maldives for like a week. And we were in the bed and just watching Encanto the whole time. And it was like, that's my idea. It's like, okay, the ocean's there. We had dinner. We did go out and eat dinner once in a while. But I just love just being in a place and then also just being inside. You know what I mean?
When I travel, I like very low key kind of vibe. I would butt heads with my family on this because when we went on a family trip to Italy and my dad wanted to do like all the stops, this, and I'm like, I would like to just like kind of roam and just explore and like see what's comes
around
to me. Yeah, I almost like feel like I'm a local. Like I want to I don't want to go to the most popular shop. I want to go to the one that's closest to our Airbnb or something like that because it's a more low key experience. I kind of get anxiety. We did the Trevi Fountain and it was so crowded and I started having an anxiety attack because it was so many people and like their hair was touching my arm because it was so crowded. I was like sensory overload. No. It was crazy. So I get that, but I understand like Brooke's POV. Like we're like young, we're friends, we're co-hosts, we're on this adventure together. I want to go and explore these places, these really cool places, and make memories with each other. So I really get both sides of it. I think I probably lean more Tana's side, and I'm not just saying that because she kind of pays me as well. For
right, not like bias, yeah.
Full disclosure, I do send an invoice.
Which is cute. Your invoice is cute, by the way. That's a side note. We have a little cartoon of yourself on there.
I literally only send you invoices.
Oh, really? It's so professional.
Well, I used to, when I did art commissions, I used to use PayPal, but they take such a percentage.
Oh, yeah. We had to switch it up, too. Yeah.
So now I get paid directly from you. But,
But also, I'm 100% on Tana's side in this case, because when you have shows, it's a responsibility.
Yes.
We just talked about Justin Bieber showing up to a show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you have a responsibility and you're not even back home. You're in a foreign land.
Yeah.
And you could easily be late, sprain your ankle, get sick, do like something that will jeopardize the show that people are paying to come and watch. If I would like reserve my energy, prepare for the show, rest, eat well. Like people usually have like a whole ritual before a show. Like there's certain foods they eat, there's certain bath they take, there's certain they have a ritual, so they show up to the show 100% prepared and all that. She has a boyfriend, you have intimacy, you're in Paris, it's romantic. Like
she did go to the Eiffel Tower with Makoa. She was saying that like they went and did their
there's
stuff.
Certain things, but for me specifically in this situation, what bothered me was Tana was very open, very specific. She's like, I know my battery. I don't want to run out of battery before the show. I know what I can do. I know what I cannot do. I have experience in this. And there were other things that happened that she didn't specify. She was like, I don't want to talk about it, but there was something that was...
Oh, something bad she was dealing with internally.
In Ireland, whatever. So obviously she didn't want to go there. But every time she would say something, the response will be like, it was kind of like the Key and Peele appeal.
Yeah.
Like, okay... awkward, like every time she would say something, Brooke would say something, and kind of be like, no, I'm telling you, like I would not. He's like, okay, but it was your choice. Like every time I thought,
agree to disagree. She's like, no,
but
like,
there's no disagreement.
It's almost like the antithesis of the issue in Jortsgate, where she was like, it seemed like she was almost like going out, burnt out, and was then running late.
Yes!
It's now she's like, I need to be very diligent. I have podcasts that I'm running. I have a show that we're doing. I need to like mentally prepare. I had to mentally prepare for this podcast.
It's a lot.
I woke up an hour earlier to sit in silence.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah.
And especially on tour. I sit in silence all the time. There's a thing I do called quiet hour because it's like, full thing. So like if we fly in the day of the show, we get there at 11. We have to get to our hotel at noon. Then you have to like eat food, whatever. Then I take a nap. Then it's like 2 o'clock I start glamming. 2 to 4:30 I glam. 4:30 is the super VIPs. So then those are the people who pay extra money to get more time with you. Then you do the 5 to 6 p.m. VIPs, which is a little more like line through, but you still got to give all your energy because they also paid. And then you do the Q&A at 6:15. So then between 6:15 to 7:15 I have like quiet hour where literally you've been on the shows. I have everyone in the room just like stay quiet, like either on their phones or whatever, or I go into a different room because you really need that like reset. But you're right, because Jorts Gate was like, there's people paying to meet you and you can't show up on time. So now Tana is like, well, this is my, this is where I'm at. This is where my battery is. So it was interesting. I know what you're saying too. It's like, and maybe I think Brooke's delivery too sometimes gets interpreted the wrong way. Sometimes I think she has a different delivery than like Tana. So it does come across a little bit more like a little judgy or whatever. Because maybe she was trying to be like funny too, the back and forth. You never know with these girls. Even Jorts Gates, I'm like, was this all scripted just for a little drama? You know what I mean? Because it was so crazy.
Yeah.
Tana's reaction was so crazy. And then seeing the flip side of this now, like you said, like the antithesis, is that the word you use? Love that word. I never heard it, but I love it. And I kind of heard it, but I didn't know what it meant. But now I infer because context clues. But
now every podcast will be.
Yeah. I was like, antithesis. I like that. Okay. So yeah, I too was 100% on her side, but I was 100% on Brooke's side with Jorts Gate. So it's not the bias of not Loveline with it all. But yeah, touring is such a different thing, especially in Europe.
Meet and greet, it's a performance. Like meet and greet takes more energy than actually performing.
I put more energy into meet and greets for sure.
Because like you have the people that you sit one-on-one with.
Yeah.
And Trisha gives like all of her attention and you're in conversations and you have to be present. And then you stand there physically standing with like 75 to 90 people that are coming through, and you talk to each person, give them the 100% that you can give them. And aside of that, I just know how it is. Everyone wants to talk to Trisha, or in that case, Tana, or everyone wants to talk to you. People backstage and the people that work on the show and the people that promote the show, and to get that 1 hour of just a little bit of quiet before you go on stage, it's like, it's a huge thing to get that little space,
Like they said too, like, it's like Tina said it, is like people have different batteries. Some people can go out all day and still perform at night and be so like hyped, and so yeah, it's different things for sure. Me, I'm someone who needs to like sleep the most, so I always tell people I'm like,
and you're pregnant.
Well, yeah, it's different. But even if I'm not pregnant, I do love a little sleep before I love a little nap. So it was definitely interesting to see all that play out. It's so funny. It's so funny how like open they are too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I guess that's why I like doing other people's hot topics, because it's like not your stuff, because you do air it all out. I always think about this, even with the Jorts Gate of it all, which I did get some jorts, and maybe I'll wear them next week. But it's interesting because it's like, on one hand, do you think like, because when I saw the Jorts Gate, I remember thinking like, why did Tana air all that? Like, that's crazy. But in one hand, you might think you're completely right. I used to think that all the time when I used to do like interviews where I'm just like, no, I'm definitely right on this, like air it out. But then I'm like, ooh, no, maybe you're not. You know what I mean? So the fact that they both agreed to put that out, I was like, that's so crazy. Because to me, it was like so clearly like, oh my gosh, Brooke was in the wrong. But some people agree with her.
Yeah.
She also has a lot of energy. They both have different things, different priorities. But I guess that's why they're popular and they're on tour and everyone loves them. And I guess that's the whole point of the tour, is the Cancel podcast, is you never know what you're going to get, all the drama of it all.
It makes it interesting. They're not going to just, yes man each other the whole time.
Yeah.
They both have very different points of views on things.
They're very passionate. They talk about it too. It is. There's
enough podcasts of people that agree with each other on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you got to have different opinions, and we love to see it. We love to watch. That's what's amazing, is when you can have a podcast just talking about your life. I always think that. I was like, oh my God, like they make it interesting. They're not the Views podcast over there. The bull. It's just like, you guys, I have to admit, I did listen to an episode. I haven't listened to an episode in a long time. I had dance rehearsals yesterday. Once again, I listened to Stephanie Sue Rotten Mango, but once that's over, it gives me back to Views. So I'm not doing this by choice. It literally looped me in on their newest one, and I hate it. And I did listen to it for like 30 minutes, but they have like 7 co-hosts, like 7 of people you don't know.
I don't like that.
It's like,
it's too much.
It was like David's friends from high school's girlfriend was on there, just talking about who knows what, just this stuff that happened in Chicago, and all these different names, Jonathan, all these people. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? It was 30 minutes of just them telling a story about, I have no idea what it was. So at least the Cancel Girls, to their credit, I am invested in this drama. You know what I mean? They're good at keeping us in. that Views podcast. I think someone paid them a lot of money and they probably regret it because it's like 30 minutes of nothing.
It's not even like a good name. Like it's very hard to look up. Like
yeah.
David Dobrik Views. Like
Are you Joey
Social
Behar?
Blade.
Yeah. Like what is this? But it was so random.
Oh my God.
What?
I saw, speaking of The View, I saw a clip of Rosie O'Donnell from like the 2000s. She's emceeing like an award show or something.
Yes,
and
the
she's
Diddy.
just like, everybody can rest easy. Diddy went home.
I know. No, they knew. Her and Wendy. Actually,
Wendy clocked it.
Wendy always clocked it. She always had issues with Diddy.
Yes.
But even actually, now that I think about it, Rosie, I think, was talking about it on TikTok, how she said she used to be neighbors with Diddy in like the Hamptons or something. Mm-hmm. And she went for like a minute and they were like no kids or something. So she like didn't go. But she's like, there was some weird happening. So she kind of knew
she
it.
said she went and left. Something like that.
Yeah. But they were like neighbors. And then the next day, Diddy wanted to take everyone to a movie or something, or rented out a movie theater for them. It was something so weird.
It's so scary.
The girlies knew back then, yeah. Yikes on all that. But anyways, we honestly,
Oh my God.
I didn't know.
First of all, people love long episodes, so I always try to push for the longer ones.
That's crazy. Oh my
We
God.
started early, so I'm cool with that.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, we just had a whole yap session. I didn't know. I love that you're such, I didn't know you were such a yapper. I loved it. I didn't know how it was going to go because we talk at parties and stuff like that. But you're always kind of just chill and cool. But
Thank
I
you
love
for
it.
having me, and thank you everybody for always being so kind on the podcast and the comments. It means a lot to me to read those comments because, it's not like a labor-intensive job, but it is very uninterrupted, like 8 or 9 hours of working on everything. So it's cool to like. I mean, I've always said I'm like. Trisha could literally just like cut the check and like never talk to me. So like the fact that like not only do I get like the positive affirmations from the comments, I get it on the show. I have like a personal relationship with you guys now. Like it's very cool. I feel very much like a part of the team, and it's very fulfilling for me creatively and career wise. So
that makes me so happy because you are so talented. I don't think I could say it enough. Like
Thank
you are
you.
so talented.
Thank you very much.
You add so much. Everyone says it. You add so much to the show, and we love you so much. And I'm so happy you were here. This was so fun because you've been on as a guest, I guess, for those 30-minute hot topics. But this was so good.
I was nervous because I was just like, I don't have a laugh track. So
no, you are the laugh track. You are so good. The energy is just impeccable. It was amazing. It was so fun.
Thank you so much.
Should we try extended now or should we wait?
I'm fine with doing it if you want to.
Yeah, let's do extended.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Cutting.
You gonna say goodbye?
Well, you did a little robot move over there. So I was like, well, are you deciding? Okay. All right. So we'll do an extended. This is great. We'll do an extended podcast over at patreon.com/justtrish. Check it out. We love you. Check out Jimmy Wetzel everywhere. Become a Wetzel pretzel. I just want to call it Wetzies. That's what they're called. I was like, what is it?
I finally had a Wetzel pretzel.
And was it good?
It was so good.
The best.
Auntie Anne's, sorry, not interested anymore.
Did you get the little bag with little nuggets or did you get the full
got
pretzel?
The nuggets. They butter them. Oh my God. It gave me heartburn, but I lived for it anyway.
Just get some Tums. Get some Nexium. I'm on. That's all I need.
Prilosec every day.
Every day.
It doesn't work. But
do you try Nexium for heartburn?
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. Consult your doctor, but I do the
Consult
Nexium.
RuPaul's TikTok.
Especially if you're pregnant.
Oh yeah, RuPaul's
yeah.
TikTok. Oh right, but the Nexium's good. Anyways, all right.
Bye guys.
I know. Bye. I was like, where do we go from here?